media meltdown over Tucker Carlson. So we're going to talk about that and a whole bunch more. I got a lot to get to on the show today, but we're going to start with that because that's just unreal. Make sure you guys like the video, and if you're new, subscribe. All right, we got about 20 seconds till showtime. Oh man, how many of you caught Tucker last night? A listener sent me this coffee cup. I just got it. It didn't tell me who sent it. It's President Trump, and it says, "Make space exploration great again" on the back of it. Pretty cool, huh? Here we go. Yes. Welcome, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. It is Wednesday, the 8th of March, 2023. And man, do we have a lot to talk about. The Uniparty, I love that. Carrie Lake, I think, is the first person that started the Uniparty, and I like it a lot. The Uniparty and their press agents in the mainstream corporate media are having complete and total meltdowns over Tucker Carlson. And here we are, like, I don't know, 34 hours or so since he had his first show. They're attacking him. They're calling him this. They're calling him that. I have not heard one person from the Uniparty or the media show any of the footage that Tucker Carlson has shown on his program as of yet and debunked it, because everything he's reporting is true. So we're going to talk today in the beginning about the reaction from the media and the Uniparty to Tucker Carlson's incredible reporting that he should be given an award for. I don't know. Is there a what award do they give television journalists? Is it an Emmy? Do they get, is Pulitzer only print? I don't know. I don't follow awards. I've won an award. I actually won Radio Producer of the Year in 1997. That's right. Can you believe it? 1997. That's right. Radio Producer of the Year. I did not even know I was nominated. Or maybe I just didn't get invited to the event. But anyway, whatever awards they give for television journalism, Tucker Carlson deserves it. And, you know, he's also a brave guy. Now, what they're trying to do is right out of Goebbels' playbook, right? What he is reporting is the truth. So they're not attacking the story. They're not attacking the message. They're attacking the messenger. And Tucker Carlson recently gave a deposition where he said he hated Donald Trump. He hated Donald Trump and said that Donald Trump was a demonic force. Remember this? I talked about this weeks ago when this first came out. It was a deposition he gave. And I don't know. Well, let me think about that, because I think what had happened, there was a series of depositions. And I think someone that worked for him had some text messages that were entered into the court record during a deposition. And in the text message, Tucker Carlson said he hated Trump and referred to him as a demonic force. That was after January 6th. And the media are running with this story as if somehow it discredits Tucker Carlson and his great reporting from the January 6th footage. And the opposite is actually the reality of it. I'd forgotten, even though this was just a couple weeks ago, I'd forgotten about this demonic thing that Tucker Carlson had said about the great Donald Trump. But it actually gives more credibility to his reporting, doesn't it? If Tucker Carlson hates Trump and thinks he's a demonic force, it's in the court record, right? There's a text message entered into the court record from Tucker Carlson that says that. If he is reporting like he's reporting, and it completely clears someone that he hates and thinks is demonic, does that not give credibility to his reporting? Absolutely. It shows that he doesn't let his personal feelings get in the way of reporting the truth. So the Trump derangement syndrome has been in remission for the Uniparty members and the fake news media. But Tucker Carlson's show on Monday night, well, it's no longer in remission, the Trump derangement syndrome in Washington. and it's gone from remission all the way to stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome instantly before the first commercial break of Monday night's Tucker Carlson broadcast. And because they're so consumed with rage, of all the emotions, anger, hate, that's the worst, because when you are angry, when you're consumed with anger and hate, it has the same effect over your mind and your mouth that intoxication does. You lose control. You don't think clearly. The things that you say, the things that you think, the things that come out of your mouth are just out of control, like you're drunk in a bar trying to pick up what. So these guys and gals on the news, I don't usually use gals, but I just like to use it with these liberal uniparty fake news people. They're so enraged at Trump and Tucker that they're not hearing themselves talk. And they don't realize that their attempts to discredit Tucker Carlson are actually giving him more credibility. If you don't like someone, if you hate them, if you think they're a demonic force, and what you're reporting on national television on the #1 highest rated show, not just on cable news today, Tucker Carlson's show is the highest rated show in the history of cable news. And that means higher ratings than even Larry King. And he was a big powerhouse back in the day on CNN. So if you hate someone, if you think they're the devil, and you're reporting what he's reporting this week, does that not give credibility to what he's reporting? So after the first break, I'm going to get into some of the audio of the Uniparty and fake news reaction yesterday. And I'd very much like to hear your thoughts and your calls on the situation and their reaction. And then there's a lot of other stories that we've got to touch on today. But hey, we're here till 9. We've got plenty of time. Our number's toll free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. It's a toll free call no matter where you are listening to us from. And those of you that are new to the program, welcome. This is, of course, where MAGA comes to talk. And, if you miss an episode of the program or you miss a part of the show, each day about an hour after we go off the air on our radio station website, trueoldiesfla.com, trueoldiesfla.com, that FLA is for Florida, at trueoldiesfla.com. Each day, the entire program is uploaded as a podcast on our radio station website. So if you miss a show or a part of a show, you can always catch it there. Or maybe you called in and you want to hear your call, or maybe you want to download this show. You can as an MP3, so you can grab your call to keep or play to your friends. You can do that at trueoldiesfla.com. And the shows are archived up there forever. So you can go back and listen to an entire library of our shows. trueoldiesfla.com. All right? That's right. Okay, so we're going to take our first break. And when we get back, I'm going to get into some of the audio of the meltdowns from the Uniparty and the fake news media. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
Oh, I wanted to tell some, because some people had asked me, Mike, who's the board op in the control room behind me, people comment and say, what's he doing back there? Okay. And a lot of times you see him on his phone, and people are like, what's he doing on his phone? Well, I'll tell you. Well, one, he's running all the controls, like he's running the commercials and recording the show for the podcast. And he runs everything in the control room behind me. But what he's doing on his phone, just so you know, if you go to the podcast at trueoldiesfla.com, he timestamps everything that happens on the show, what we're talking about every moment through the show, callers, the topics that I'm talking about in that particular segment. So if you go there at trueoldiesfla.com, you'll see that it's all timestamped, and that's what he's doing on the phone. He's using the notes on his iPhone, the timestamp. I saw some people yesterday were asking me on YouTube comments, what's he doing back there? He does a lot more too, but that's, he has to do the production for the news and traffic at the top and bottom of the hour and the weather reports. There's a lot that goes in back there. And it frees me up so I can concentrate on the show. I'm just answering some DMs. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, get into some of this audio. Oh man, if you're new, subscribe and everyone like the video. That helps a lot. And boy, yesterday gained a lot of subs yesterday. Those of you that are new and sub to my channel yesterday, thank you so much. You know, that 60,000 subscriber mark is within reach now. It's within reach. Oh yeah, Tucker Carlson, and I believe that when he said he hates Trump, I believe that he's an old Washington insider. Last night he didn't release so much. He interviewed that one Capitol Police officer that had the MAGA hat on. It wasn't what he did last night. Wasn't as groundbreaking as night one, and he was showing some of the media reaction to him. I would not have done that last night, but that's it was a poor choice, I think. But he's still doing the good work. I mean, what he broke actually with that officer though, he's well, I'll get to it later on the show because it was not a waste. I'll tell you that. All right, I was listening during the recorded break there. Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting's message. Tom Laporta, who will never sell you a roof you do not need and covers the entire state of Florida. And I want to add something to his message. We have a new law in Florida involving homeowners and property insurance. This goes for both homeowners insurance and those of you that own commercial property. There are new laws involving your insurance, and what these new laws do is allow Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting to deal directly with your insurance company on the cost of the work that he's doing for you. So if you have a roof, whether it's commercial or your private home, it's in need of repair or it's been damaged, you want to call your insurance company, then call Tom Laporta. This is new and it's huge. This is really, those of you that have had insurance claims on your property may know exactly what I'm talking about. When you have an insurance claim, if you're really lucky, the insurance company will come out and make you an offer, and they always lowball you because they just want to give you a check and it won't cover what you need to get repaired. And you're like, no, I can't get my roof repaired for that. I can't get a new roof for that, And there's like, well, that's what we're offering. So what people have done in the past is they hire a public adjuster. I did this about 15 years ago, and it took about a year, but my insurance company finally settled and gave me what it would cost me to replace my roof. Well, the problem is the public adjuster, and this is how it works, gets 20% of that. So I had to get a new roof. I had to give 20% of the money I got from the insurance company to the public adjuster. So that other 20%, I had to find that money somewhere because the roof cost what it cost. And by the way, it took a year, so it cost more than it would have in the beginning. That's how it works. Some people go to attorneys to deal with their insurance company, and I can only imagine how much that costs. And just to give you an idea, I do the easy math, right? I'm not a math major. I went to Trump University at the airport Hilton here on a Saturday afternoon. So math is not my strong suit. However, so say for example, the roof costs $10,000. You hire a public adjuster. That means they get $2,000. So you got $8,000, but the roof costs $10,000. So you got to come up with that other $2,000. You're going to do away with the middleman now. You don't have to deal with an attorney or a public adjuster. Just call Tom Laporta and he'll handle everything with your insurance company. This number rings directly to Tom Laporta's cell phone. He's a good MAGA guy. And again, he covers the entire state of Florida. 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. That's 954-604-4602 and online, LaportaContracting.com. All right, callers on hold, stand by. I want to play this first clip. This is MSDNC, as President Trump calls them. I like that. I also call them MS-13BC, and it's all the liberal news that you need. So Nicole Wallace and Michael Steele are on just in a rage against Tucker Carlson, which I'm going to play you the audio, and then I'll get to the call. So hang in there, callers. Now, I just want to point out that Nicole Wallace and Michael Steele, who are just fuming, as you'll hear in this clip, about Tucker Carlson, they are supposedly Republicans. Nicole Wallace is a Republican who worked for John McCain. Michael Steele is a Republican that thinks people should support Joe Biden. And he used to be the head of the RNC. And Michael Steele became the head of the RNC after Obama won in 2008. A lot of Republicans got panicked. They got panicked and they started using affirmative action. And they wanted to show people that we like minorities too in the Republican Party after Obama's inauguration. And a lot of minorities were promoted far above where they should be because of that. And of course, right at the top of the list was Michael Steele, who's a fake Republican. And Rhino's just too nice. I call them rats. Rats. Republicans against Trump. Rats. Rhino just sounds too nice, doesn't it? Yeah. But anyway, so they promoted him and made him head of the RNC because they wanted to show that, it's not just Democrats. Republicans like minorities too. So this is two Republicans on MSNBC, Nicole Wallace and Michael Steele, talking about Tucker Carlson's coverage. Listen.
Trump, what Tucker really thinks about Donald Trump. Quote, after January 6th, trying to thread the needle between the truth and pressure from his viewers and sponsors became even more difficult. Late on January 6th, Tucker Carlson texted with Pfeiffer that Trump is, quote, a demonic force, a destroyer.
So let's begin with the last point. Demonic force. That means Tucker must be possessed.
Possessed. Like Linda Blair and The Exorcist. Yes, that's right. His head spun around backwards on TV last night, didn't it? These are two Republicans, mind you. Okay? He's possessed by a demonic force. Oh, my goodness. Isn't this beautiful? It's beautiful. Beautiful. And as I said in the first segment, those text messages where Tucker called President Trump a demonic force give credibility to his reporting. If he hates the man and he's still reporting these things, does that not give credibility to the reporting? But again, they're so consumed with their Trump derangement syndrome, these rats, Republicans against Trump. See if we can get that going. Get rid of the rhino, okay? Rats, Republicans against Trump. They don't understand what they're saying because they're too concerned with their Trump derangement syndrome. All right, let's take some calls. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to hit the on button.
This is these people, by the way, MSLSD, they sound like they use an LSD, I mean, think about it. These people are just nuts. I mean,
oh yeah.
They are nuts.
You know where they should be? They should be in that mental ward at Walter Reed Hospital where Fetterman is at, because they're not lucid. They're insane. They're mental patients.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, they do give a Pulitzer for television journalism. They do that, but it's not like Tucker's gonna receive that thing. They're not gonna give it. They're not gonna give one to Tucker Carlson.
Well, I'm giving him one. I'm giving him one. We need to give him one.
This is big, and what also gets them is, oh, this was a Tucker Carlson exclusive. They didn't give it to Fox. McCarthy didn't give it to Fox. He gave it specifically to Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Somebody who said he's demonic. Somebody who hates him. And Tucker has a rough history with President Trump. During COVID, in the early days of COVID, Tucker, unannounced, drove to Mar-a-Lago unannounced and asked to see President Trump because he didn't think President Trump was doing enough about COVID in the early days. Trump let him in and he met with him. And he was, you have to be fuming at President Trump just to show up at the front gates of Mar-a-Lago and demand that. So he's no friend of Trump's. I just think that's great. That does that not give credibility to what he's reporting, Mike?
That does give credibility to what he's reporting, and you gotta ask the question. Why would McCarthy specifically release this to specifically, Tucker Carlson, knowing how Tucker Carlson feels about Trump. Now, we know that he's a Trump puppet, so maybe Trump told him to release it to.
Yeah,
Typically,
I think so. I think it did. Hey, Mike in Louisiana, take care. Thanks for the call. We're coming up on our bottom of the hour break. Callers on hold, stand by. I'll go right to the phones after the break. Our number toll free 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Isn't this awesome? Oh man, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's a toll free call, no matter where you are listening to us. My name is Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. And of course, Alexa, play True Oldies FLA. Hey, Google, play True Oldies FLA. There you go. You can listen to us that way too, no matter where you are. And by the way, you can listen to our station 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on both of those devices. All right, we'll take our break and be back right after this.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Oh man, this is awesome, guys. Hold on, let me check my. I check my DMs sometimes during the breaks. Oh man! Now I want to tell you guys that a great way to support the program is to go to mypillow.com. I pinned the link in the live chat to my own private MyPillow website that Mike Lindell gave me. There's also a link in the description, but you can also go to mypillow.com and buy some of these great My Pillow products. I was talking about the towels yesterday, but the My Pillow 2.0 is still buy one get one free. I just ordered 2 more for my daughter. Sent the 2 out in California. The My Pillow 2.0 is Mike Lindell's latest invention, and it has that same patented fill inside, but it has cooling technology. And I know some of you in the chat room already have one. It's incredible. You will never flip your pillow over again because your head or your face are hot. Every time you flip your pillow over to get that cool side, you wake up, you interrupt your night of rested sleep. You will never do that again with the My Pillow 2.0. In fact, tonight will be my 3rd week sleeping on the My Pillow 2.0. I have never slept this well in my life. I don't know how Mike Lindell improved on perfection, but the My Pillow 2.0 with my promo code Kane at checkout, KANE, is buy one get one free. Buy one get one free, and you can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com with my promo code Kane, KANE, not just the ones I talk about. I talk about what I think are the best deals and the must-haves and my favorites. I have almost everything. But that My Pillow 2.0 is still buy one, get one free, and that will disappear without notice. So order, you will love it. It's incredible. You can actually save up to 80% with my promo code Kane if you click that link right there. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll go back to the phones after the break. Let me play that Nicole Wallace clip coming out. I love it. I love it. These liberal meltdowns. I was showed this earlier. A listener sent me. They didn't put their name on it, so I don't know who sent this to me. If you sent this to, I think I might know. But if you sent this to me, let me know. It's a Trump coffee cup. Trump in a spacesuit, and on the back it says, "Make space exploration great again." Isn't that awesome? Make space exploration great again. Pretty cool. So if you're the person who sent that to me, thank you so much. I just got it this morning. It was waiting here in the studio in a box. I washed the mug and then put my coffee in it. Oh man. Okay. I think he does both. I think he's got multiple studios that he does the show from. No. He doesn't want people because everything's green screen these days, you know. So they do everything on green screen. Hey, if you have My Pillow products, let me know in the chat. Just yes, give me a yes if you have My Pillow products. You get great deals with my promo code Kane, up to 80% off right now. I'm getting ready to come back. 2 more short commercials, and we'll be back. Absolutely. Oh yeah, they're the best. That's right. Awesome, guys. You got to get those My Pillow 2.0s. Our other My Pillows, we have them all. We have the Giza Elegance and the regular My Pillows. Those are, well, thank you, Vacuum. We use those as guest pillows now. Oh, and hey, members, my wife Kathy added a bunch of new emojis for members to the channel, and there's a new Trump emoji. There's a diamond emoji, diamond by herself from Diamond and Silk. There's some others too. She added several last night. So those of you that are members, go check out all the new emojis. Yeah, Ronald Reagan emoji. All righty, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Before we go to the phones, let me play Republican Nicole Wallace and Republican Michael Steele on MSNBC talking about the reporting of the January 6 tapes from Tucker Carlson. This I love these Uniparty mainstream media meltdowns.
Trump, what Tucker really thinks about Donald Trump. Quote, after January 6th, trying to thread the needle between the truth and pressure from his viewers and sponsors became even more difficult. Late on January 6th, Tucker Carlson texted with Pfeiffer that Trump is, quote, a demonic force, a destroyer.
So let's begin with the last point. Demonic force. That means Tucker must be possessed.
Oh, that's Michael Steele. Trump is demonic and Tucker Carlson is possessed. That's right. Just like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, it's Lisa from Texas.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, my husband and I got to see it last night. We had to watch the other one, a replay of the first night of Tucker. And you're right, you know, here's the deal when you see these reactions, like you were talking about, the possessed and the heads turning around. I work at a grocery store. When people get caught stealing, you know, these people are reacting just like them, where they're like trapped rats. They start yelling. They start trying to divert. You know, they'll do anything to not, you know, they hate it when they get caught cheating, stealing, and lying.
Well, you know what a guilty person. I watch a lot of ID, right? So what a guilty person does, I see this all the time on the IDs when it's a murder, and they got the guilty person and they're questioning. They always direct to somebody else. They always try to direct off of them, and I see these Uniparty and fake news media people deflecting onto Tucker Carlson off of themselves because they don't want any responsibility for anything.
That is correct. They don't want anything. They're scared to death. I mean, Schumer was hysterical yesterday, you know, all puffed up and all, you know.
Oh, you know what was better than that? And Anderson Cooper. Let me play this to you while you're on the phone here. Anderson Cooper, he had that cop on, the Capitol cop with the blacked out neck tattoo. You know who I'm talking about? The Capitol police officer with all the tats. And he's got one, it's blacked out neck tattoo. And what that is they just put a big triangle or was that, I'm not a triangle, a rectangle, a big rectangle over some other tattoos. Typically, people that do that have swastikas and things for tattoos, and they get blackout tattoos. And I've never heard Anderson Cooper or anyone ask him or even try to find out what he got blacked out. But anyway, Tucker Carlson's talking to that Capitol cop with the blacked out neck tattoo about Tucker Carlson, and listen to what Anderson Cooper says about Tucker.
The idea of Tucker Carlson being in that mob that day and not wetting his pants is hard to imagine. I mean, I find it hard to understand somebody who has never put himself in harm's way in any capacity for anyone else, or on reporting a story, and yet has the audacity to try to rewrite history. I mean, that's what this is. It is an attempt to rewrite history on what is one of the most consequential, certainly one of the biggest events in American democracy and the biggest threats to American democracy.
Okay, so Anderson Cooper's fantasizing about Tucker urinating himself, but if I know, isn't this something? And I would say that Tucker Carlson, what he is doing is a great risk. He has the deep state after him. He has United States senators after him. He has all of his colleagues in the media are after him. And Tucker Carlson, who is he's an old blue blood. He's a Vanderbilt. His mother was Gloria Vanderbilt. So he's one of these old blue bloods. What risk has he ever done? What risk has he ever taken? Tucker Carlson, who had to move because Antifa went to his house. Remember, his wife was hiding in the closet or the bathroom. And what Tucker is doing right now with this reporting, he's got so many people against him, very powerful people. I would say he's taking a great risk, and I haven't heard anything about him wetting his pants yet.
No, I have not either. I mean, the only thing that he missed on that first night when he was talking about the people going to the Capitol, the only thing he missed saying was that Trump was still speaking in the insurrection
Exactly. That's right.
He missed.
That's right.
Yes. And I mean, it's really brave seeing that, he stated he doesn't even like Trump. Like you said, this is reporting. This is true reporting. I mean, I know they can't show everything. He explained why they can't, make certain assumptions and stuff like that. And I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tucker, what he is doing is absolutely amazing. He's doing this at great risk. I mean, listen, he has a sitting United States senator who reached out to the owner of Fox, Rupert Murdoch, to put pressure on him. He did it publicly to stop Tucker Carlson from doing any more reporting on January 6th. I've never seen a reporter in this country under so much public pressure to not report something.
That's when there's something really rotten in Denmark, or actually in our government, right?
Well, like when, if you're all right, you have nothing. A couple of days ago, a guy called in at the end of the show, and he said, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to embarrass you. You're going to wish you never took this call. And I said to him, get the tapes going, and, when you're right, you got nothing to fear. These people are in such a panic. They're obviously hiding something.
Yes, you don't get this defensive and this abrasive and trying to divert unless you've got something really big to hide. And the media and the government officials involved in this have a heck of a lot to hide. Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell were in charge of security, and why, that's what Tucker Carlson did last night. He had a Capitol Police lieutenant, not the one that murdered Ashley Babbitt, another one. And he was the first one to make the radio calls asking for backup because there were people approaching the Capitol. And he was not called to testify at the hearings. And he was telling Tucker how his radio calls went unanswered, that they wouldn't send him backup to stop people from coming into the building, which that's been covered up. And that's very significant. I'd like to know more about how that happened. That was very significant. I mean, to have complete silence. He was dumbfounded, He said, I couldn't believe it. No answer at all. Complete.
I mean, and I know we have police officers both current officers and retired in this audience. Imagine yourself as a police officer calling in for backup to your brothers and sisters in blue, and they're not coming to give you backup. I've never heard of that happening before, outside of like a movie like Serpico.
Yeah, that's like, well, did they want something to happen to the people? You know, I mean, it's so, the whole thing is rotten. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, I appreciate the call. All right. And I love a caller that knows when they're out of material. A lot of callers don't know when they're out of material. She did. She's a good caller. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hi. This is Rob from California here.
Hey, Rob.
Good morning, Brian. Good morning.
Good morning.
Listen, I want to say Tucker Carlson did pee his pants from laughing so hard at the meltdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
He probably peed his pants. But anyway, the reason I'm calling is because you said that the TDS went from remission to stage 4.
Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah. The stage 4 is the most. Is there a state? Can you go to stage 5 with an illness? I think 4 is the last one, right?
I don't know. Don't know how. You know, I'm not a doctor. But I'm going to tell you this. Do you remember the movie War Games where they have DEFCON 5, DEFCON 4, DEFCON?
Yeah, sure. War Games with Matthew Broderick. Yeah. Ali Sheedy.
Well, on the DVD commentary, they said they had that backwards. But DEFCON 1 was actually peace, and DEFCON 5, it was World War.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, having said that, I say that the media right now is at DEFCON 10.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're just, they're sick. They're physically ill over this. Hey, listen, thanks for the call from California, early in the morning in California. Call us on hold standby. Phone's very busy this day. So we'll go right back to our phones after the break. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Our number toll free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us. If you're new to the program, welcome. Tell your friends about this program wherever you're listening to us. If you're listening to us on one of your devices, if you're listening to us on one of our radio stations, make sure to tell all your friends about this radio show. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. My name is Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. This is where MAGA comes to talk, and we're also the hometown radio station of Mar-a-Lago. We'll be right back after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Oh, man. This is just a great day of news. I mean, if I were, think about it. If Tucker was everything they said he was, they would let him discredit himself. But they can't discredit him. They cannot discredit him as much as they want to. And I think about that. All these people against him, calling him all this, like, none of them have gone through any of his reporting and pointed out that how it's false. They say it's false, but they haven't been able to point out how, have they? No. Mm-hmm. Well, number 8. Welcome, Rome, and everyone. Yes. I wish we could get rats going instead of rhino. You know, Republicans against Trump. Do you guys like rats better, Republicans against Trump, than rhino, Republican in name only? Republican in name only is too kind. Don't you guys think? I like rats. Republicans against Trump. Rats. Isn't that awesome? I wish we could get President Trump to use rats. Right? Republicans against Trump. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Rats. Republicans against Trump. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I like rhinos. You guys like rhinos? Yeah. No, rhino rats is too much. Rats. Republicans against Trump.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
Indeed it is. Callers on hold, stand by. I'm Brian Craig. You know, it is March the 8th. This is the My Pillow March Madness sale. With our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, you can save up to 80% off of top My Pillow products at mypillow.com with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. Now remember, you can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com with our promo code Kane, Kane, not just the ones I talk about. But, you know, I have two of the My Pillow pet beds, one for the dog, one for the cat, and these are wonderful. These are wonderful. You know, the My Pillow pet beds is the best, most perfect pet bed there is. We've always had pet beds for our pets. I'm sure you guys have too. And I've never had one that was perfect like Mike Lindell's My Pillow pet bed, which, by the way, just $19.99 with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at mypillow.com. $19.99 for the My Pillow pet bed. And let me tell you why it's so great. Okay, it has that patented fill inside, just like the My Pillow has. Okay, which is pretty awesome. But the entire thing is machine washable. In fact, this morning when I left the house, I took the My Pillow pet beds and threw them in the wash. And when I get home, I'll throw them in the dryer and they'll be like new. Other pet beds usually have foam inside with a cover that zips on. And dogs and cats are dirty. They're animals. They come in the house, they get their dander, their dirt. Sometimes they have accidents on them. You take the cover off. You can't wash the foam underneath. You wash the cover. Whatever they have is soaked into the foam. You try to get the cover back on. It's almost impossible, isn't it? With the My Pillow pet bed, you throw the whole thing in the wash. And that patented, they're so comfortable. My dog and cat love them. The reason we have two is because they both love them so much. The dog will be right in the center and the cat wants there, or the cat will be right in the center and the dog wants it. So we got two, one for each. And when I first got mine in the mail, the first one we got, I laid down on it. I could sleep on the My Pillow pet bed. It's that comfortable. Your furry family member will love them, and they make great gifts too for the pet parents in your family. So at mypillow.com, the My Pillow pet bed, just $19.99 with our promo code Kane at checkout. By the way, if you spend $150 or more at mypillow.com, free shipping on what you order. You can also order by phone, toll free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, Kane. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Richie. What's up?
Morning. Yeah, you got a ton of static when I'm on hold. I'll let you know that.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, here's the deal. There was a talk show host by the name of Brian Craig that warned everybody, don't go to Washington, D.C. because it's a big trap. And that's exactly what they did. They trapped people. This is such a staged event with people.
Well, let me clarify what he said, because that could be taken in a very bad way. What I thought is that Antifa and BLM would do what they did during the first inauguration and pick fights with people. So I said, don't go up there because BLM and Antifa will be there. I don't want to imply that I had some prior knowledge of what happened, because I did not, which that statement kind of implies.
you know, you didn't have the knowledge, but you sure had the foresight because this is what happened. But who knew? Who would have known that it was our own government that was going to try to trap some of the people that are still sitting in jail up there for actually just taking pictures and walking through the chamber, being escorted by police officers who try to protect congressmen and women and senators who the first sign of any kind of trouble, they ran like thieves in the night, but they'll send our boys to war to get murdered out there. And
Yeah.
whole thing, look what's running our country, man. I mean, where is Brandon, by the way? Haven't even heard of people.
Well, you know, here we have 4 African Americans, 4 American citizens kidnapped by the cartels, 2 murdered, 1 wounded. They were murdered and died in front of the woman who saw them die. And did Joy Reid bring this up? She says that black victims of crime are never covered in the news. And what are they doing?
Nothing. 1/2 mile from the border of the United States, Brownsville, Texas.
You know, let me tell you something. If I were president, there would be a 100% embargo against Mexico today. 100%. They would be cut off, and we would end this drug cartel narco state. But the Biden regime is in league with the cartels with this fentanyl trafficking across our southern border. The problem we have isn't so much the people; it's what they're carrying, the fentanyl.
Absolutely. And you also have to know that China threatened us with pretty bad yesterday. I know you know that. China literally threatened you.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're under attack by China in so many ways. TikTok is spyware. So TikTok is in everyone's phone, and if you send your kids or grandkids money over Zelle and they got TikTok, China's in your phone. They got all your data. You know, the fentanyl crisis is China. We're under attack by China on multiple fronts, and Brandon doesn't do anything about it.
Absolutely nothing. And Tucker Carlson, you know, they had a poll at CPAC. They said Tucker would make a great running mate for President Trump.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to get along and you have to like each other. I think that Tucker's changed his opinion because Tucker sees exactly. Tucker last night said, this is great, basically. We're exposing the Uniparty. McConnell. I mean, and there's other senators. And Tucker's against this war like President Trump. They're thinking pretty much on the same page right now.
Yeah, maybe Tucker's been red pilled.
I think Tucker Carlson sees the light.
Maybe.
A lot of people see the light. But, you know, he was, like you said, he was a strong Democrat. He comes from a Republican, rather, but at the same time, this is not the Republican he likes either. He's an American first, and they're globalists. This is what it's all about, the almighty dollar.
Well, you know, the globalist, see, this thing about the globalist, you know, all these people in government like Biden, they're in the business of selling the only product they have to sell. And what they sell is America out. And what globalism is about is they've realized, hey, we can sell out the whole world together, and that's even more money. So globalism isn't just, well, we want to have a one world government. It's all these corrupt politicians want to have more to sell out to all the, whether it's China or some corporation or whatever. That's what globalism is really about. It's about, you know, look at Bernie Sanders with his 5 houses, including a summer camp, and he's the socialist. So he's poor by the rest of their standards.
Yeah, it's pretty sick situation we have going on. We have leadership without. We have a captain. It's like going on a cruise with no captain of the ship.
That's right.
Just floating out there, and nobody cares. And the media covers for this old fart that's in the White House. This decrepit hip.
All right. Okay. Now he's starting to get on a roll. He'll say something we don't want to out on the air. So yeah. So Coco Chow's asset, Mitch McConnell. You know, this thing with Mitch McConnell's wife being called Coco Chow, Elaine Chao. Elaine Chao was the Secretary of Transportation for President Trump. And President Trump did that as a favor to Mitch, and he didn't appreciate it. But she's his Chinese handler. There's no doubt about it. She's CCP. And when they call him racist for calling her Coco Chow, I've always suspected that her nickname is Coco. Who would come up with that? Why else would they call her Coco? I bet you her nickname is Coco. Like Mitch probably calls her Coco. And that's why he calls her Coco Chow. But anyway, Mitch McConnell responded to Tucker Carlson. Listen.
Releasing this footage, was it a mistake by Speaker McCarthy to give access to Tucker Carlson on this footage?
My concern is how it was depicted, which is a different issue. Clearly, the chief of the Capitol Police, in my view, correctly describes what most of us witnessed firsthand on January 6th. So that's my reaction to it. It was a mistake, in my view, for Fox News to depict this in a way that's completely at variance with what our chief law enforcement official here at Capitol thinks.
Okay, so there he is. He's just in a mess. And for those that don't believe that Elaine Chao is Mitch McConnell's Chinese handler, look at this guy. You know, she comes from a very wealthy, prominent Chinese family. Her family are very wealthy. Her father went to school with the past president of China. So they're connected to the CCP. They're very wealthy. And, you know, for an older woman, she's not bad looking for her woman her age, you know. There is no man in Congress more unattractive than Mitch McConnell. And what redeeming quality is there about Mitch McConnell that a woman like Elaine Chao from a prominent, very wealthy, connected Chinese family would say, oh, I'm in love with this creature from Kentucky? I'm serious about this. He's compromised. And you know, when they got married, now this is according to Peter Schweitzer, the author of Clinton Cash. You guys know Peter Schweitzer, Clinton Cash? When Mitch married Elaine, her father gave Mitch McConnell, according to Peter Schweitzer, $15 million. What was that about? Yeah, I know exactly. My goodness. So there's all kinds of business going on. But you know, that thing with the neck that he has going on, Forever Youth, which is the new expansion of any lab test now of Boca, their Cool Sculpting Elite that freezes fat away and sculpts your body, does everything liposuction does without the surgery. Cool Sculpting Elite can actually take that neck away that Mitch McConnell has. If you have a double chin or a huge whatever, that thing going on that Mitch has, the Cool Sculpting Elite works on that. And he could have a chiseled jawline, and you could actually see his neck if he went to Forever Youth in the Sandalwood Plaza, where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto, north of Hillsborough, on the east side of State Road 7. It works on any area of your body with fat, by the way, not just the neck, the back of the arms. You know, those bat wings that some people have, your back, your legs, your stomach, your love handles, wherever you have fat, Cool Sculpting Elite works, but also the neck, like Mitch McConnell, or just if you have a double chin, just a double chin. Now, they got a great special going on with the Cool Sculpting Elite. When you mentioned you heard about them on the radio, you can get 8 areas of your body treated for the price of 4. So it's half off. You pay for 8, you get 4 areas of fat treated. It works too. One of Steve's daughters had it done. That's how we found out about it. Give them a call, 561-717-8081. 561-717-8081. That's 561-717-8081. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Back after this.
WWNN.
All right, hold on, guys. I got to get situated here. Brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture, Route 1 Seminole Plaza Shopping.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check, brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Okay, where am I? Oh, yes. This is where we're going to go next. Oh, man, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please like the video. Liking the video helps spread the word about this channel.
Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. Tickets today for comedian Joe DeVito from the Gutfeld Show performing this Friday in the Paddock Restaurant. And get your Irish on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, with a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet, live Irish music by Hugh O'Neill, and the Tear to Grin Dancers. For tickets and info, go to bbkennelclub.com. Here's your True Oldies ABC News Update. Attorney General
Wow.
laying out the stakes of a proposed $3.8 billion JetBlue Spirit Airlines merger. We allege that JetBlue's proposed takeover of Spirit will only exacerbate concentration. Further spike of competition. The Justice Department filed.
Let me ask you, because it's about flying. You know, I'm going to take a trip soon, and I had not realized this. I have not flown on an airplane since 2009. I couldn't believe it. I've done a lot of traveling, but it's been by cruise ship and car. I have not flown in, well, 14 years. I couldn't believe it. Unless I've forgotten about a trip, but no, I've not flown in 14 years. When is the last time you guys have flown? Is there anybody that can beat me on that? You've never flown. You know, I used to take a lot of trips by plane before 9/11, but after 9/11, I stopped. I know. I've done a lot of traveling, but it's, you know, but not by plane. I didn't realize. Unless I have forgotten. Oh, 07. Yeah, I stopped flying after 9/11 a lot. I used to fly a lot until 9/11. 6 weeks ago. I know. I can't believe it's been that long since I've flown. I've traveled by train and car. I've traveled by ship and boat. Wow. Well, a lot of you got me beat. 97. What the heck? Well, I'm going to fly to LA to visit my daughter soon. So yeah, it'll just be a weekend trip. Just a weekend trip. I haven't been to California since the 90s. Where am I? Oh man. Yeah, I'm not crazy about flying. I flew a lot after 9/11, but not as much as I used to. And I don't like small planes. A friend of mine, we went to Peru, about 15 years ago, and we went and we paid to fly on a small twin engine over the Nazca lines in the desert. You guys familiar with those? Chariots of the Gods. I made a movie in the 70s. I filled up every barf bag on the aircraft on that small twin engine plane. I didn't realize how many turbulence there are at low levels because those planes are so light. Every barf bag I filled up. I didn't know I had that much inside of my body. Wow, 64. Holy camoli. I'm getting ready to come back now. It's the last commercial. Here we go. That's right. We are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Call us on hold, stand by. Those that are new to the show, I just want to explain a little bit about how the show works for people that are new. I know a lot of people are been with us for many, many years. Longest running radio show, and there are people that have been here since the beginning. And there's some of you that have been listening since I was a teenager, right? It's true. It's true. But anyway, I know it's crazy. That means you're old because I'm going to be 52 next month. The calls we take on this program are unlike any other calls on any other radio show in America. All of our calls are screenless. When you call in, I put you on hold and take the calls screenless. I don't check caller ID, nothing. And we have Mike. He's our board op. He's in the master control room here. He could screen the calls, but we don't screen the calls, and we never have. And the reason we do not screen the calls is it makes the show much more interesting. I don't know what's coming at me. You know, if we have someone that screens the calls and, you know, we have a call screener and they put a name up or a city or a location, I know so much about what's coming just from the name and the location. Believe it or not, I've been doing this a long time, talked to thousands of people on the radio. So when I take a call live on the air, I don't know what's coming now, and anything could be coming my way. So it makes it more interesting to me. And it also, I think, makes it more interesting for you as listeners because that means that they got a chance to get me. And there's another reason we do this too. When shows have call screeners, there's a couple of reasons. But one of the things is when you call it a radio show that has a call screener, what's your name? What do you want to talk about? Then they know. And the person will tell them, the caller will tell them. And when they get on the air, they're repeating themselves, and it's never the same. They lose some of that energy, some of that passion and excitement with the call. So if you call in, I just put you on hold. No one answers the phones, and then I take you cold on the air. All the calls are screenless on this program, all right? Just like this one. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug. Like, I give you an example. Like, I know Doug takes everything personal about the calls being screenless. Doug is not the only caller on hold. If we were screening calls and it said Doug, because Doug's chronic and calls every day, I wouldn't have taken his call first in the new hour. I would have taken some of the other people. That's what I mean. That you can tell by the quality and content that the calls are screened. Anyway, go ahead, Doug.
All right, there's funny Chuck Schumer. I watched the movie a couple of months ago. It kind of reminds me of, I think it's called the Guide to the Married Man, where Sid Caesar is cheating on his wife. His wife walks in, and he says, "No, there's nobody here." They just lie. They lie. They come up with this. How can they even have the audacity to say that? Oh, this what Tucker's doing is
yeah.
Unbelievable, man. These guys are really sick. Everybody knows it, and now they're really exposing themselves even more than it.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt.
Just one other thing I have to say that I have to disagree with you on. You said, we're China's bringing in not the people, it's the fentanyl. Well, I think it's the people as well, because these people, we have this crazy idea that you can have a baby if you're illegal and it becomes a citizen.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Well, no, I'm not saying that the illegals coming into the country as people are not a problem, but the most immediate attack and the most immediate danger is the fentanyl, which I didn't realize how deadly fentanyl was. I keep hearing these insane stories about fentanyl. I heard a story about a baby. Parents were staying overnight somewhere and got exposed to fentanyl that was left behind by someone, and the baby died. I heard a story about a police officer recently dying during an arrest where they were exposed to fentanyl. So fentanyl is the most immediate threat.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's not, I don't know why anybody would want to take that. But man, oh man, people are crazy. Nothing's going to change.
Okay. All right. Take care. Take care. I let Doug go a little long because I kind of jammed him right there at the beginning. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? See, more evidence of screenless calls. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Ivy and Broward. Insurrection, okay? You repeat a lie long enough and people like idiots like Jay and Dre.
Goebbels.
Look, everything they've done is what they accuse the other side of doing, and everything what they're doing is they're accusing the other side of doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they keep.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, sometimes the screenless calls get you in all kinds of places that. But you guys miss some of the most insane things that only I hear. All right, we're going to take our break before we take any more calls. And we've got more to share. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Your calls are certainly welcome on Tucker Carlson, which I am going to continue on. But I want to get into these four Americans. I got a sneeze coming on. I hate sneezing. You know why I hate sneezing? Anytime you sneeze now, everyone thinks you've got COVID. No, I just got allergies. The air conditioner popped on. Okay, the sneeze went away. Good. I was going to break early because of the sneeze. These four Americans kidnapped, 2 murdered, 1 wounded and could die. And where is the American government on this? Huh? We're going to talk a little bit about that when we get back because it's disgusting what's going on. My name is Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Our number 888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines.
It's true.
Get in on the action.
Yep, silent.
The Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9.
To celebrate all my special occasions, Cafe Chardonnay is the place that I choose, but I'll let you in on a little secret. Dining at Cafe Chardonnay turns any ordinary evening into a special occasion. For over 30 years, owners Frank and Gigi have created a restaurant with a unique atmosphere. Elegant,
oh my goodness. Oh, I've been to Mexico a bunch of times. Not that part. And I felt safe.
Caught from the ocean. Cafe Chardonnay partners with nearby farmers, ranchers, and fishermen to provide the highest quality ingredients. And Chef Frank's talent combines these fresh ingredients to create delicious.
I'm answering DMs and emails.
Every evening is celebration at Cafe Chardonnay, located in Palm Beach Gardens on the corner of PGA Boulevard and Military Trail. Call 561-627-2662. 561-627-2662.
Oh my goodness.
And be sure to enjoy a glass of wine from Cafe Chardonnay's legendary wine cellar.
Brian Craig here. Right now, is offering the My Pillow that started it all. Price only $9.98, just $19.98 with our promo code KANE, KANE at checkout. I've tried every pillow too. The pillow to my first night's sleep with the My Pillow. Patented fill inside, adjust to your exact individual needs. Keeps your neck aligned, holds it in shape all night long. Your sleep position, so you get the best night's sleep with no tossing and no turning. So you wake up in the morning refreshed and ready to go. Now this is the lowest price that Mike Lindell's offered the My Pillow for. It's just $19.98 with our promo code KANE, KANE at checkout at mypillow.com. You can also order over the phone. 716-4879. 716-4879.
Okay, where am I? Oh, yes. Oh, welcome. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. We'll be back shortly. So much to get into today on the show. Oh, I've been to Mexico, I don't know, maybe 6 times. But, you know, the places I go are the tourist areas. You know, I'm not going into those areas that they were at. It sure is. Welcome back, everyone. And I got to tell everyone about this incredible cruise down the Douro River through Portugal's wine country with select tours. This is amazing. Now, the dates of the cruise are August 23rd through September 2nd. And this is the best time to actually take this river cruise down the Douro River because this is the season, the time of the year when the grapes are on the vines. And this river cruise down the Douro River from Select Tours is limited to just 15 couples. You can go as a single, by the way, but it is limited in the number of people allowed. If you book by March 31st, airfare to Lisbon, that's the capital of Portugal, is included, as well as high-speed rail from Lisbon to Porto, where the river cruise departs. This is amazing, and this is a wine tour. So if you're into wines, this is the cruise for you. You're going through all of the Portuguese wine country down this river. You'll sample wines in the vineyards along the way, and there's also great culinary events. And the grapes will be on the vines. You'll also be able to sample grapes right off the vines from these vineyards. This is a first-class experience. It's obviously a bucket list kind of thing. This is an experience you will remember for the rest of your life. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and tips are included. It's really amazing. If you want to learn more or order a brochure or request a brochure online at brianportugal.com. That's brianportugal.com, or give them a call directly, 512-351-6643. 512-351-6643. That's 512-351-6643 for the Douro River Cruise through Portugal's wine country with select tours. All right. Oh, man, how exciting that sounds. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So, this terrible story of the 4 Americans kidnapped, 2 murdered, 1 shot, and they could die from those wounds. The woman survived, and it's being reported that the 2 that died in front of her. She watched them die. This is crazy. And where's the government? I'm going to play this clip. This is Ducey yesterday, and he's talking to Jean-Pierre and asked her about this. Listen how cold and how heartless Jean-Pierre is. Listen to this exchange.
So cartels kill Americans on this side of the border with drugs, and now they're killing Americans on the other side of the border with guns. Why is President Biden so comfortable with cartels operating so close to the U.S.?
Well, let's be very clear. Let me take on the drug part here, because since you brought this up, because of the work that this president has done, because of what we've done specifically on fentanyl at the border, it's at historic lows.
What does she mean? What's at historic lows? What is at historic lows? Apprehensions? I don't know what she's talking about. She's lying.
Historic levels.
And notice no comment on these Americans that were kidnapped and murdered and shot. All she cares about is herself and the Biden regime's rep. Listen to the coldness.
Since you brought this up, because of the work that this president has done, because of what we've done specifically on fentanyl at the border, it's at historic levels that we have been able to record a number of personnel working to secure the border because of what we've been able to do. Seizing that fentanyl, we've done it in a historic way. That's because of what this president has done. I just talked about 23,000 federal agents that have been able to be, that we've been able to hire and put at the border to secure the border. On top of that, historic sanctions going after traffickers and other financiers are helping disrupt fentanyl supply chains throughout their flow to the U.S. And we're really expanded access to treatments like that are saving lives, if you think about it, which prevent overdoses, expanding as our.
I'm waiting for the heartfelt reaction to the 4 Americans kidnapped, 2 murdered, 1 shot. The one that wasn't wounded, they were shot, and the 2 died while she was watching. I'm waiting for the sympathy from Jean-Pierre on that.
Fentanyl test strips, and through the removal of the X waiver, anyone registered to prescribe controlled medications can now prescribe life-saving medication to treat addiction. So again, we are seizing fentanyl at record historic levels because of what the president has done to secure our border. And look, we've also coordinated, made sure that we're coordinated our relationship with Mexico to deal with what we're seeing as it relates to violence, as it relates to cartel. That is something, a relationship that we've continued to build with Mexico, an incredibly important partner. You saw that when he went down for the summit in Mexico City. So the president is dedicated to this and is doing the work that we're actually seeing at the border, again, when we think about fentanyl.
But the violence aspect of it, now Americans are being slaughtered. Would President Biden be taking the same approach if it was Al-Qaeda or ISIS operating just across the border from an American city?
The president takes this very seriously. He takes this very seriously. The FBI and other agencies have been on top of this.
Wow. Where's the sympathy? Where's the caring? Did the president call the family and the spouses and the children? I don't think so. You know, what I'm seeing in the media about this is disgusting. They're blaming they went to this high crime area for the tummy time. Not everyone follows the State Department website, okay? I don't. Washington insiders are on the State Department website all the time. Most people are not. And why is crime so violent? This is like Iraq during the hottest time of the war, during the insurgency there. Why is an area that's walking distance from America, from Texas, so dangerous? You know, I've heard nothing from the liberal media for years that there's racism in reporting when it comes to victims of crime, right? Remember, was it Lacey Peterson? Was she the girl that went missing in Aruba, was killed by that guy? Was that her name? I can't remember who that was. Is that name right? It's been a long time. But this, you know, I remember when she was went missing, the entire media, and this has popped up many times since, they don't report stories about black victims. Well, yeah, the media is racist. That doesn't surprise me. They're liberals. But here we have 4 African-American victims, and they're blaming the victims for going there, and they're also disappearing the story. You know, I don't care what their background is. I don't care why they were there. There was a time in this country where the very fact that you were an American citizen was a suit of armor. No, when Trump was president, when Ronald Reagan was president, and others. Okay? If you were an American citizen, you were safe. Because people knew that if they did something to an American citizen, they were gone. And I'm going to talk, I'll give you an example with the great President Reagan. Remember when Gaddafi backed that terrorist attack at the nightclub in Germany? They set off a bomb and Americans were killed. Some of them were service members. What did Ronald Reagan do? He launched an airstrike on Libya. He even bombed Gaddafi's house, and one of Gaddafi's children, his daughter, was killed in that bombing. I think it was 86. I remember it well. The French would not allow, France, who we saved. How many Americans died for France? The French would not allow the U.S. bombers on the way to Libya to fly over French airspace. They had to fly around. which resulted in a fuel issue, and one of the planes was lost, and we lost people in that. But that disco, remember the discotheque they called it? A nightclub was blown up. Gaddafi paid for it, backed it. Ronald Reagan bombed the you-know-what out of Libya, and we never heard from Gaddafi again until Muslim Spring. 4 Americans kidnapped, 3 shot. 2 of them have died in front of the woman who survived. My goodness, what's her life going to be like moving forward? And the media is blaming her. Oh, they went there for her tummy tuck. So there's the survivor that wasn't wounded. They're blaming. Can you imagine what this woman's dealing with? I saw her from her rescue. Oh my goodness. What's Biden going to? What are the consequences? They don't even care. They're annoyed at the White House press briefing that they were even asked about it. But Joy Reid's on the case. You'll hear what she's doing when we get back. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Call us on hold, stand by. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, we're going to get back and deal with Joy Reid. Let me pull up the audio. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Oh, man. Let's see, what time is it? I'll be right back. Bathroom break, guys. I got 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes to get to the men's room and back. Uh-oh, gotta go. I made it. That's what you learn in radio more than anything else, is how to go. The people in radio that are on the air go to the restroom faster than any other group of people, because you have to. It's true.
And Wine Company, family owned, family operated. Where Grandma Carrie Ann herself is in the kitchen. Amazing pizza, sizzling Philly cheesesteaks, lobster ravioli, subs, and much more. Live music, patio seating, and 2-for-1 on all beer and wine for ladies' night every Wednesday. Come visit us today at Anne Marie's Pizza and Wine Company, your local family-owned Italian restaurant. Anne Marie's Pizza and Wine Company, located on the corner of Copus Road and Federal Highway. That's Copus Road and Federal Highway, right next to the movie theater. Anne Marie's. We'll see you here.
Brian Craig here with a question for seniors and those who care about them. How would you like to have instant access to a health touch of a button?
Okay. Oh, man. All right, we're coming back. This is the last commercial. Oh, I had time to spare. Welcome, everyone. If you're new, make sure you like the video and subscribe, all right? You'll love this show if you're new, I promise you. This is the most pro-Donald Trump MAGA channel on all of YouTube. And if you're new, I broadcast on 6 radio stations, hosting a morning show here, and I'm live streaming the radio show here on YouTube. But I also upload my podcast, which is another show I do with my wife on this channel.
1-877-275-2326. 1-877-275-2326. 1-877-275-2326. Now back to the Steve Kane Show. On the air.
All right, welcome back, one and all. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Okay, so I am really upset about these Americans in Mexico. I really am. Aren't you guys? It really upsets me because they're Americans. 2 were murdered. 1 is shot, could pass away, and these people died in front of the surviving female who was not shot. Hope they didn't do anything else to her. And there's no reaction. So Joy Reid, she's over on MS13BC. I've heard her complain on more than one occasion that the media is racist. Does that mean she's racist by her own standards and she's part of the media? But the media does not report stories about Black victims. Here we have 4 Black victims, and our government doesn't care. I mean, yesterday I was talking about the insulting reward they were offering, $50,000 for all 4. That means that the Biden government, the Biden regime, decided that African Americans kidnapped in Mexico, or their lives are only worth $12,500 each. Think about that, $12,500 each. Wow. And I mean, Hunter spends more than that on hookers and prostitutes in one night. And I'm not joking. And I told you, not just yesterday, but the day before, I was talking about the kidnapping before we knew the outcome. And I haven't heard when they were shot, when they murdered. I haven't heard the time, the date on that. Does anyone know? Has that been reported? I wasn't able to find that. But I was talking about this on Monday on my podcast. And I said on my podcast what I said on the show yesterday. These Americans were kidnapped Friday. If I were the president, I would go on TV and I would address the world from the Oval Office and say those Americans will be returned to us alive by midnight, or there will be a complete 100% embargo of every kind on Mexico. Foreign aid stopped, airplane stopped, tourism stopped, and the cruise ships will be ordered to turn around and leave port if they're already there. And, they could, if Biden would have done that, they'd be alive today, not dead. And I'll tell you another thing. Reagan bombed Libya after that disco I was talking about in the last segment. I didn't have enough time to finish my thought because we had our bottom of the hour break. Why are the drug cartels not being bombed? You think they don't know where their drug labs are? You think they don't know where their haciendas are? their mansions out in the mountain? Of course they do. Why is there not a military strike against the cartels going on right now? So Joy Reid, let me get to Joy Reid. So I go to Joy Reid to see if she commented, because now we got a sick, sad outcome of what happened. What's Joy Reid upset about? Listen to this. This is Joy Reid last night. This is what she's passionate about. 4 African Americans kidnapped, 3 shot, 2 murdered. The African American woman watched as they died. What's Joy Reid concerned about? Ron DeSantis. This is Joy Reid.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis opened a new session of the Florida legislature today, vowing to continue to use his power for political retribution. Republicans have a supermajority in the state legislature and are set to pass a full slate of repressive laws on the governor's wish list. If you're a teacher, you can't talk about gender identity with students from the 3rd grade to the 8th grade. You are not allowed to use any pronoun except the one you were assigned at birth. Do you want to major or minor in gender studies in college? Well, not if Republicans get their way. They're considering legislation that would put a stop to that and any discussion of intersectionality at the college level. And that would end any diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. I guess if it ain't white, it ain't right in DeSantis stand.
Okay. Now, I shared that clip because of what she said at the end. That's an old Democrat racist Klan comment. If it ain't white, it ain't right in DeSantis stand, she said. Well, if it ain't white, she's not reporting on it. That's why she's not reporting or asking the questions I'm asking about these 4 Americans in Mexico. 3 shot, 2 murdered. So I went to Joy Reid's Twitter and thought, well, she must be outraged on the Twitter. She's very active on the Twitter. And no, she's not. She's got a bunch of stuff up there about Tucker, about his January 6th reporting, about Ron DeSantis. I saw nothing on her. Now, I only went back 2 days. She tweets a lot. But I didn't see anything about the 4 Americans, the 4 African Americans in Mexico. She doesn't care. She doesn't care, Joy Reid. And either does the Biden regime. So the Biden regime, nothing against the cartels that murdered these Americans. Who are they after? Who is the biggest threat right now, according to Biden? It's not Trump, other than Trump. Who's their biggest threat? Well, they don't care about the African Americans in Mexico, obviously, that were taken. But the Biden regime is concerned about the richest African American, Elon Musk. Yeah, that's right. He's an African American. He was born and raised in South Africa. He's now a U.S. citizen. Elon Musk is the richest African American. Listen to this. That doesn't care about African Americans kidnapped and murdered in Mexico, the Biden regime, but the richest African American, Elon Musk, they are after him. The Biden administration is demanding Elon Musk explain why he gave journalists access to the Twitter files. And it gets worse, which I'll share in a moment. You know, Elon Musk's takeover of Twitter is one of the biggest business moves in the history of America. Prior to Elon Musk, the entire news cycle, cable news and the newspapers, all the mainstream media was driven by what was on Twitter, all of it. And now we learned through the Twitter files about all the manipulations and everything, which I'm not going to review. And him buying Twitter and the Twitter files and everything has turned the mainstream media's world upside down. So listen to this. The Biden administration is demanding Elon Musk explain why he gave journalists access to the Twitter files. Biden's Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, has retaliated against Elon Musk and have demanded that he provide the names of the journalists and other documents that he gave the Twitter files to, which, by the way, is a violation of the First Amendment. And they're going to put Elon Musk under oath to ask him to identify the journalist that he gave the Twitter files to. In 12 letters sent to Twitter and its lawyers since October 27th, the FTC has asked Elon Musk to identify all journalists granted access to company records and to provide information about the launch of the revamped Twitter Blue service. Where's the media on this? Where is the media? You know, so we openly have the Biden administration, and a lot of these journalists, Matt Taibbi and others, they tweeted all about this. So a lot of them have been identified, but there's some more that have not been identified that they didn't tweet about it, and they want to know. So what we have here going on with the Biden administration, with Elon Musk and Twitter, is the Biden administration is putting together an enemies list of journalists that reported on the Twitter files. Have you ever in your life heard something like this? You know, the Pentagon Papers back in the 70s about the Vietnam War with the Washington Post is when a lot of this happened. And that was before my time. And my recollection of it is from movies and school and reading about it. I didn't live through it like some of you may have. So I'm not, but the Washington Post and the Pentagon Papers, the courts ruled, and this has been standing law in this country, that journalists basically have immunity. You know, you could be at Area 51 and have all the files, photographs, and videos on the alien bodies at Area 51. I know they don't exist, but I'm just giving you an extreme example. You could give that classified information to a journalist, and they could print it, and the journalist has committed no crime. It is not, I know, isn't that crazy? Because of the Pentagon Papers, it is not illegal for a journalist to obtain classified information and go public with it. That's what the Pentagon Papers was determined when all that was over. Okay? So, yeah, we're in a post-Pentagon Papers era. And they're going after journalists. During the war in Iraq, one of the major news outlets, one of the major newspapers printed classified information about our Humvees because they hated Bush. They reported that the Humvees in Iraq didn't have armor underneath. Top secret classified information. So what happened? The Iraqi insurgency started the IEDs. How many Americans have been killed because of that newspaper reporting classified information that the Humvees had no armor underneath? They do now, but they didn't then. How, you know, the Wounded Warriors, the Tunnels to Towers, you know, I donate to both of those. The Rent-Free Home, beautiful. Because of that liberal newspaper reporting, that's what Tunnels to Towers is, and all of that are helping, and Wounded Warriors. But now all of a sudden you report truth about Twitter, they're putting together an enemies list. And what are they going to do with that list, by the way? When if they put Elon Musk under oath and they're able to get a list of journalists that he gave the Twitter information to, what are they going to do with that list? All right, let's take our last break of the hour. I'm Brian. We'll be back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show. Brian Craig here. I've been telling you about how my chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton, has rid me of pain from a knee injury and arthritis pain with his laser away pain treatment. But don't just take my word for it. This is one of our callers who called me live on the radio to tell me how chiropractic physician Dr. Philip Appleton helped him with his laser away pain treatment. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name's Sean. I'm calling from Boca Raton. I want to thank you guys once again. I've listened to this show since the mid-'80s. Thank you for introducing me to Dr. Appleton, Brian and Steve. I went in last week. I had a knee problem. And one session, I feel so much better. I brought my mother there yesterday. She has a problem with her right side or her arm. She's right-handed. She feels better. It's amazing. And for people out there that are dealing with pain, believe me, there is an alternative. Go in there for the free consultation. FRE free. You will lose. The only thing you'll lose is the pain that you're dealing with. Do not suffer. Go in to see Dr. Appleton, the greatest visit of your life.
Give Dr. Appleton a call right now. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Online, AppletonChiro.com. Open Monday through Saturday. Appointments not necessary. And walk-ins are welcome. 954-973-0710. Select Tours invite you on an unforgettable journey to the breathtaking wine
Oh yeah.
country of
Wait till you see this next thing. This is or hear the next thing I'm going to do.
From August 23rd through September 2nd, you will visit awe-inspiring medieval towns, sipping wine from vineyards decorating the coastline. Free round-trip airfare to Portugal's capital of Lisbon, but you gotta book by March 31st. Visit BrianPortugal.com to book your trip right now. BrianPortugal.com. This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant.
I tell you, what's going on in this country is disgusting. Just disgusting.
Tender and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on
I feel like I'm the only person in media that is upset about what happened to these Americans in Mexico. Don't you guys? I mean, where's the outrage? All right.
Take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Steve Kane.
It sure is. I'm Brian. It is the Steve Kane Show. Oh, man. Do you or someone you know or love suffer from neuropathy? If you do, I don't have to tell you. You know. It is living torture. It really is. The symptoms make life impossible. Impossible. Pain, numbness, tingling in the hands and feet, burning, dizziness, loss of balance, the feeling of pins and needles in the hands and feet. Sometimes people have no feeling at all. And a lot of people that suffer from neuropathy, they have all these symptoms in rotation. Like they have no feeling in their hands and feet. And then next thing you know, they got burning. And then right after that, they got tingling and they can't, it's awful. And doctors will tell you there's nothing that can be done. Steve went to every doctor you can imagine, including specialists, neurologists. They said, that is your life. And I've said, you know, back in the days of Guantanamo Bay and the detainees, and they were doing waterboarding and trying to get information and they weren't having help. If they gave the detainees in Guantanamo Bay neuropathy, they would have sung like canaries. It's that bad. And we searched and searched and finally found right here in our own backyard help for those of you suffering from neuropathy. It's Lighthouse Medical Center. They've been in practice for 71 years, 71 years in Pompano with the same family. Isn't that amazing? Same family. And they have a neuropathy treatment that works. It worked on Steve Kane, and I've talked to many of our listeners who have shared their experiences. Now, no matter where you're located, give them a call, even if you can't make it to Pompano. It's a no-charge consultation, but you got to mention you heard about them on the radio. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642. Online, Lighthouse Medical Center. Give them a call and say bye-bye to your neuropathy. Okay. Well, let me take a call or two, and then I've got something that well, makes me physically ill to hear it, but I'm going to play it again for you guys. I haven't played this on the radio yet, but these sound bites I play, I get these sound bites and I have to, you know, get them all ready and queued up and everything. So I've heard them at least once, sometimes several times before. And this next one, it's sick. It's sick, but we got to talk about it. There's an important message that we got to share involving it. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Mr. Brian. This is Augustino.
Hey, Augustino. Haven't heard from you in a while. How you been?
Yeah, I've been getting better. I just heard you talking about that neuropathy. You know, my wife died in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wish the heck we would have known about that place in Florida. I could have got her down there and she could have got over that neuropathy. That's a bad thing to have.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss. And I mean, what state are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Georgia soon. Next week, I'm going to be in Georgia. I'm traveling to southern. Well, I'm not going to tell, but I'm going to be in southern Georgia. I'm going to something special. I'm going to make a YouTube video about it. You can see it. But you know, that neuropathy is so bad, people will cross state lines to go to Lighthouse Medical because there's no treatment outside of Lighthouse Medical that works. Anyway, the reason for your call today.
The reason I was trying to say, you know, you were talking about Elon Musk, and
we've had all this about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Kerry Lake as VP for Trump. But I was wondering, what would happen if could Elon Musk be a VP or
No. You got to be a natural born U.S. citizen.
really? Golly, wouldn't that be a team?
Yeah.
Anyway, who are you gonna vote? Who do you want to be?
Well, I don't think it's going to be Kerry Lake. Okay. As much as we love Kerry Lake, I think it will not be her. I don't know. I don't care. Nobody votes for the VP. Everybody votes for the top of the ticket. It doesn't matter. I don't care who the VP is. Barron Trump would be a great VP, but he's not old enough. I don't care who it is. I really don't. As long I take that back. If the president's listening, I don't care who the VP is, as long as his name is not Mike Pence. Okay, that one. Yeah, other than Mike Pence. Yes, you never know. I think Kerry Lake though would be the best press secretary ever. I think that's what she should do.
Secretary VP.
No, the press secretary. I think she could be President Trump's press secretary in the second term. That'd be a wonderful job for her.
And what about Marjorie Taylor Greene as VP?
Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to be the first female Republican Speaker of the House. No, she's doing a great job, and I don't want her to leave Congress. No. She's too effective. VP's got nothing to do.
Okay, all right. I'll take your advice on that. And I hope you have a great time in Georgia.
Oh, I will. Wait till you see what I'm doing. I'm going to make a YouTube video about it. You'll get to see it. And I'm going to have the time of my life. I am doing something that is so amazing. I can't wait.
Your YouTube video is going to be fantastic.
That's right. All right. Take care, Augustino. Take care. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, Andrea.
So I was listening to your show this morning and so many interesting things. So in my opinion, they have to keep Joy Reid around, right? Because Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are getting old. So if Democrats lose the race leaders, then that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
In this Mexico thing, I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud. They didn't care, like Joe Biden doesn't care about, this poor woman and what she suffered and those people who got kidnapped because they're not a part of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, if she was going there not for a tummy tuck, but for a sex change. Yeah, I think that there should be a strong stand made right now against these terrorist organizations known as the drug cartels. They're killing Americans on both sides of the border.
That's 10% for the big guy. He's not going to do that.
Yeah, and I don't buy this story that they had them confused with drug mules. They knew exactly how they had South Carolina plates. Give me a break. They knew what they do, and I heard some people talking about this over the weekend about it. What they do is they kidnap Americans and they hold them for a couple days so they can do the maximum withdrawals daily from their ATMs. And this is a regular thing that happens with Americans. They did not have them confused. What we're hearing from the media and the government are excuses, blaming the victims and excuses.
Well, they're not part of the chosen class, right?
Well, where's Black Lives Matter? 2 Black lives were extinguished.
Buying mansions. They have stuff to do. They don't have time for this.
That's true. All right, take care, Andrea. That's good. She's right on the money. Black Lives Matter. They're in the real estate business. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brian from Deerfield.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian. Brian, I could never imagine our nation looking as weak and as corrupt at the highest levels as we are now. It is a total disgrace. Our citizens aren't safe. Not only they're not safe in East Palestine, Ohio, they're not safe in Mexico, they're not safe anywhere. We're getting our butts kicked everywhere. It's an abomination.
Yeah.
We're to wake up to this administration and this Democratic Party.
Yeah.
And so watch these guys like McConnell and Schumer and they're rolling out all these dirt bags who are a total freaking disgrace. It's hard to watch the nationalism.
You know, remember when Obama and Biden got SEAL Team 6 killed by letting it be known who killed bin Laden? I mean, these people are sick. You know, and I got to tell you, I mean, maybe I'm talking about it too much I don't know, but I seem to be the only, I don't consider myself media, but I guess I am. I'm the only media-like person that seems concerned that 4 Americans were just, boom, two killed, 1 shot, 1, I hope they didn't rape her. But she watched them die.
I think there's more coming out in the story, but you're the good media. The problem is we're overwhelmed by this deep state media that just turns a blind eye to every freaking thing that goes on.
Well, they're in the business of covering. You know, that's why I played that exchange with Ducey and Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre didn't say one thing about the victims. It didn't say one thing about the victims or their families. It was all about, well, Biden did this and Biden did that. And she was annoyed that she was even asked about these American citizens.
I know. Now, is this going to build a groundswell for Trump?
Oh, yeah.
Are people reaching the point where they just have enough of all this?
We got no choice. I mean, we got no choice. We gotta ride it out. We gotta ride it out. But President Trump is the only one who can fix these problems. There's Ron DeSantis. I mean, after Trump's CPAC speech Saturday night, DeSantis looks like a lightweight. I mean, I know he's not, but he does. Only Trump can take these things on.
I hope we're not going to be disappointed in DeSantis, but I heard your comments on page 19 of the book that came out. I was a Bush loyalist for you.
Go to page 78 when he discounts Trump's role in getting him elected governor. I didn't read past 81. I have not read past. I brought the book into the show on Monday. It's in the back seat of the car. I have not been able to read past page 81 because it's so outrageous. DeSantis's book.
I got to sort of one guy into the star Congress in the Senate, Josh Harley. When he gets these guys, he's a grill master. He gets these people in front of him under oath and just nails them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This thing, and I got to say one thing. I hope I'm wrong about this, but I think the casualty list is going to come off down the line for East Palestine, Ohio, with all these chemicals in the air and everything.
Yeah.
A reminder of how pathetic things are.
No doubt. Hey, take care. Thanks for the call. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helen from Kansas.
Hey, Helen.
Well, these poor people, this poor woman went to Mexico because of Obama doesn't care health care because it's so expensive. Because of Obama doesn't care health care, to try to get some health care there.
Tummy tucks are too expensive in South Carolina. She went there for a tummy tuck. I don't care why she was there. It doesn't matter. These are 4 American citizens, and just the fact that you're an American citizen is immunity to walk anywhere on this planet that you want to walk and not be in fear. But with Biden, it's a whole new world. All right, listen, we're coming up on the top of the hour break. I've got something coming up in the next hour. I got to put a trigger warning on. I'm going to play a piece of audio. I'm going to put one of those liberal trigger warnings. It is upsetting, and I'm not exaggerating. So that's coming up in the next hour. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. My name is Brian Craig. Our number toll free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. 888-465-2631. Back after this.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by the Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robe Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the Steve Kane Show. Beach Patio Furniture Weather Center, where luxurious outdoor spaces are created. Here's the oldies forecast.
Good day, everybody. On this Wednesday, we're headed for a high of about 83 degrees around the area. A front moves through, but it's subtle. Have a slight chance of a shower or two under very clear to partly cloudy skies. I'm the PDF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw. Weather brought to you by Palm Beach Patio Furniture.
Oh, man.
One Seminole Plaza Shops, North Palm Beach. Palm Beach Patio Furniture. Voted in the best of the best patio store in Palm Beach County. Palm Beach Patio Furniture.
Less than an hour to go. Welcome. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And everyone like the video. There's over 1,000 people in the chat, and only about half of you have liked the video. Please like the video. That thumbs up tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video and other videos of mine to people that have not yet discovered my channel. And so when you like the video, you're doing a lot to help the channel grow. That helps a lot. So please like the video. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Glenn. Very much appreciate it. Mm-hmm.
Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. Get your tickets today for comedian Joe DeVito from the Gutfeld Show performing this Friday in the Paddock Restaurant. Get your Irish on.
That's our top of the hour break. We'll be back in a couple minutes. 3 minutes. We're 3 minutes away from coming back. Oh, and members, those that are members, there's a whole bunch of new emojis that my wife put up there last night. Can you guys show the new emojis? Because I might have forgotten. There's a Ronald Reagan new emoji, a diamond emoji. You know, we have a diamond and silk emoji, but now we've given Diamond her own emoji. There's a new Trump emoji. I'd forgotten what the others are. Oh, there's a Steve Bannon emoji. So if you're a member, there's a bunch of new emojis. If you guys could, I can't show them while I'm streaming right now. So if you guys could show the new emojis, and if you're a member, you get access to all those cool things. Yes, there they are. Oh, yes, the James O'Keefe emoji. Forgot about that one. Yes, James O'Keefe deserves an emoji, doesn't he? Yeah, we took down, we replaced Ron DeSantis, lost his emoji. And now if he comes back and turns out to be a good guy, maybe he'll get an emoji back. But right now, DeSantis gets no emoji. We took his emoji away. It's true. That's right. Mm-hmm. A Richie emoji. Richie's head is so big it would not fit as an emoji. If I gave Richie an emoji, his already overinflated ego would implode. No way. Well, we had a Ron DeSantis emoji. We took it away yesterday. He could earn it back. Emojis are earned. Now, if I'm correct, tell me yes or no. AT&T owns DirecTV, right? It's AT&T, correct? He can earn his emoji back. Governor DeSantis can earn his emoji back. So if you become a member, you get out all those emojis and you get your name in the special color so you stand out. That's right. Emojis are earned. No participation emojis here. That's right. Welcome back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane joining us. Hey, Steve. All right. Now, before we get started, you know, real estate in the state of Florida is hot. I mean, if you're looking to sell your home, this is like lottery winnings to people. You know, right now, the houses in Florida are selling for so much money, I could no longer afford to live in my neighborhood. You know, I got to paint my house this summer, and the summer is the worst time to paint the house because it's so hot. The reason I got to paint my house is because all these rich people have moved into my neighborhood and paid so much for the houses. My house is starting to look like a shack. I'm the poor white trash on my block because real estate prices are so high right now. And when you are listing your home, when you're selling your home in Florida, you want to get the most for that house. You want to get asking price or above. And the way you can do that is by calling Elena Castro. Okay, Elena Castro is a real estate agent who covers Miami all the way through the Treasure Coast, and she'll get you top dollar. She was introduced to us by Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting. So, she's not only great at what she does, she has the approval of the guy who will never sell you a roof you don't need, which tells you everything you need to know. Now, when you call Elena Castro, I'm going to give you her number in just a moment. This number rings directly to Elena Castro's cell phone. She has she'll explain this to you. She walks Steve and I through this process. She has a process to get you the top offers on your home when you list it with her. Okay, she has a way to, the way you do that is by getting multiple offers. She has a way of doing this. When you have multiple offers, there's a competition going on. That's how you get asking price or above asking price. Okay, now if you're looking to buy or rent, she'll help you too and get you a good deal. But if you're looking to list your home, call Elena Castro. You want to get the most you can, especially at these high prices, right? Her number, 954-478-5015. 954-478-5015. That's 954-478-5015. That number rings directly to Elena Castro's cell phone. All right, Steve, lots going on, lots happening. I had one more thing I wanted to bring up, unless you got somewhere you want to go. Okay, so AT&T recently canceled Newsmax from AT&T Cable and DirecTV, because AT&T owns DirecTV. And this was a political operation. They're the only ones that carry the Trump rallies. They number 4 rated in cable news, and they were close to becoming number 3. Now they've lost so many homes between DirecTV and AT&T, main cable system, by this AT&T canceling. They're at a severe disadvantage right now. And I was telling you guys, this is hardcore politicking. This is a very liberal company with Obama-Biden ties, and they did this to try to cancel Trump. That's why this happened. So I'm sure, Steve, you've seen. Have you seen? Those AT&T girl commercials with the girl? People go into the AT&T. Yeah, Lily from AT&T is the character's name, and she's been the AT&T spokesperson for a long time. And she posted a video online sharing her views on politics. So I want to share this with you. Now, this is what the trigger warning is for. What she says is sick. What Lily from AT&T says is twisted. It's disgusting. So I'm throwing a liberal trigger warning out there. You're going to hear some liberal, disgusting things. And she brags about something that is vile, which this is just a terrible person. She's the spokesperson for AT&T that took Newsmax off of their cable system and DirecTV. All right, here she is, Lily from AT&T.
Oh, wait, sorry, before you unfollow me, I just really want you to know that I also believe Black Lives Matter and that money should be allocated from the police into communities. And climate change is real. Universal health care is the answer. I believe in removing money from politics. I have had an abortion, and I support every birthing person's right to have one.
Birthing person.
And what else? Oh, refugees are welcome here. I've been working for about the past 8 years to make sure that refugees feel safer and have more of what they need in the world. Also, I believe people are inherently good inside, and
yeah. Okay, so let me go through this, then we'll break it down. This is Lily from AT&T, the AT&T official spokesperson, and this is, you're going to probably see this on TV today. I'm always ahead of the game here, but let me go through this and let's break down the hypocrisies of everything that she says here. Okay, so we'll start with this. Is Lily from AT&T.
Oh, wait, sorry, before you unfollow me, I just really want you to know that I also believe Black Lives Matter.
Okay, Black Lives Matter, unless it's a black life growing inside the womb, which she supports aborting, because remember, she brags about an abortion later on. So a little hypocrisy. She doesn't care about all Black Lives Matter, just the ones out of the womb.
Oh, wait, sorry, before you unfollow me, I just really want you to know that I also believe Black Lives Matter and that money should be allocated from the police into communities.
Okay. So she wants to defund the police. She wants to allocate money from the police and give it to black communities. She can't say that. She says communities. And I'm going to tell you this. You know what I advocate for? I advocate for residual payments paid to actors who make national television commercials. I want to reallocate actor residual payments to communities. How about that? Let's defund the residuals from the actors and give that to the communities. How about that? It does to me too, yeah.
And that money should be allocated from the police into communities. And climate change is real. Universal health care is the answer. I believe in removing money from politics. I have had an abortion. And I support every birthing person's right to have one.
Birthing person. She can't even say woman. And by the way, I want to tell you something. She just had a baby. There was a big to-do about her commercial. She was pregnant, making her AT&T commercials, and they had her standing behind desks and everything else. So here's a woman who's had an abortion, and I guess she's a birthing person, not a woman. And we have a woman who just had a baby promoting abortion.
And what else? Oh, refugees are welcome here. I've been working for about.
Okay. Refugees are welcome here. She means illegal aliens. Well, really, I'd like to go to the set of the next AT&T commercial that she shoots and find out how many undocumented illegals are working on that set. Now, my recollection is of how these things work, Steve. You have to be a member of a union to act and to even work on the set. Even in a menial position, you have to be a member of some union. Do you think on Lily from AT&T's commercial set where she films her TV commercials, there's any illegal, undocumented, ununionized labor there? What do you think?
I would say the chances are great.
That there's not. Exactly. You know, these Hollywood people, they don't mind the illegal labor coming here because, well, you got to be a union member to be on their set. They're not taking their jobs away, right? They're not taking their jobs away, so they don't mind it at all. All right, now if you're on hold, stand by. We got to take our first break of the 8 o'clock hour today. We'll come back with your calls, and there's some other things too we'll touch on, and we got to recap a little bit of what's going on with Tucker Carlson's brilliant reporting as well. Our number 888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Call us on hold. Stand by. We'll be back with your calls after this very, very quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-CANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9.
She's really a sick person, isn't she? She is really a sicko. A sick, twisted person. And she's bragging about this stuff. Oh, man. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Everyone like the video, please. Oh.
very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you. Do you suffer from knee pain?
Yeah, this is my favorite Trump. This is my MAGA hat that Trump has seen like, I don't know, 7 times or more now. I've lost track. But this hat has been as close to President Trump as I am to this camera that I'm streaming with. And he has seen this hat with his own eyes, like, I don't know, 7 times at least. So I always feel like when I wear this MAGA hat, I'm a little smarter because it's got, you know, Trump's gaze on it. The hat of wisdom. All right, we're back. I'm Brian Steve Kane here. Callers on hold, stand by. I want to talk about Anne Marie's, our Italian restaurant over in Pompano. And people ask me about this, and I tell you where this is, the secret pizza menu, okay? The secret pizza menu at Anne Marie's. Where is the secret pizza? Well, it's not so much of a secret because I'm always broadcasting on the radio where it is at. But they have a secret pizza menu that is just is incredible. I discovered this one day when I was over at Anne Marie's and had a pizza like I've never even heard of before. That is, of course, like everything else at Anne Marie's, homemade and delicious. If you ask for the lunch specials menu, and they have great lunch specials that are huge portions and great prices, and you flip over the lunch specials menu, the back of, and you can ask for the lunch menu even at dinner time, okay? Say, I want the lunch menu. They'll say, why? Just say, I want the lunch menu because that's where the secret pizza menu is. You flip the lunch menu over, and you'll see this, what I call the secret pizza menu. It's Big Jerry's Craft New York Pies. And for those of you that don't speak Italian, pizza in Italian is pronounced pies. Pie is Italian for pizza. And they have craft pizzas like I've never heard of before that are so incredible and so delicious. My favorite is the steak deluxe pizza at Anne Marie's. This is a pizza that comes with ribeye steak on a pizza, Steve. Peppers, mozzarella, provolone, a garlic oil base, and it will blow your mind away. It's my favorite pizza over there at Anne Marie's. Now, they got a whole bunch of these craft pizzas. They have a lobster and shrimp pizza made with fresh Maine lobster, sauteed shrimp, mozzarella, parsley, and also a garlic oil base. And they have others too. But the secret pizza menu with Big Jerry's Craft New York Pies, man, it will blow you away. You've never had. I didn't know pizzas like this existed, Steve. Because I'm a steak and potatoes guy. A lot of guys are. I love steak, and combining my 3 favorite things: steak, pizza, and Italian food. Right, all in one. It's a home run. Now, Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copans Road in the same plaza as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. And I don't. Did you hear that noise? I don't. My stomach just growled. My stomach just growled, and I did. Did my mic pick it up? Because they're doing. I try to do the Anne Marie's commercials as close to the end of the show as possible, because I always get hungry. Did the mic pick it? I don't know. These new mics are directional mics. I'm not sure if the mic picked that noise you heard. If you heard it, was my stomach growling, which just growled because I'm talking about Anne Marie's. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. All right, let's take a call or two before we get back to some of this stuff here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm sorry. My name is
Mm-hmm.
about the 4 Americans in Mexico. Prayers to the families of the people that were passed away. But Biden doesn't care about Americans anywhere in America or outside of America. There's still people still stuck in that country from,
Mm-hmm.
with that stupid withdrawal.
Afghanistan.
He doesn't care about Ohio. He doesn't care about the dead Americans in Mexico. He doesn't care about the American people. If you're Ukrainian, though, you're top notch.
Well, wait a minute. Let's discuss that. Does he really care about Ukrainian people, or just his 10% that he steals from the Ukrainian funding, the money?
I think he cares about the money.
Yeah.
It's all.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about us.
Well, the person you're describing is a sadistic person that has no empathy for others. That's psychotic behavior.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh because that's what you gotta live with. Yeah, I know.
And I just count every month.
Yeah, well, we should make up some. Hey, by the way, thanks for the call. We should make up some backwards calendars counting down the Trump second inauguration. Maybe President Trump should do that, and we could fund the whole campaign with those calendars. Remember, they used to have those countdowns to 2000 for the new millennium. Countdown the Trump calendar. That would, yeah, we could fund the entire re-election campaign. All right, now I wanted to recap something I brought up at 6 here in the last hour today because it's very important. Tucker Carlson's incredible January 6th reporting has just caused all kinds of meltdowns, and I want to play a couple of the sound bites. I did play some of these in the first hour, but they've got to be. Everybody's got to hear this. You know, the media yesterday and the Uniparty both went after Tucker. None of them went through what he reported and broke it down to show you that what he was reporting was false. They just were saying terrible things about him. Okay, which, you know, what is that about? They can't attack the message, so they're attacking the messenger. What's that phrase? I know that's not quite it, but you guys know what I mean. And there was a story that came out a few weeks ago. Tucker Carlson had to give it, and people at Fox were under depositions for a lawsuit. And someone that works on Tucker Carlson's show, as part of their deposition, it was entered into the court record text messages from Tucker Carlson to this producer of his after January 6th, and he said he hates Trump and Trump is demonic. And the media were running with this all day yesterday as if that discounts Tucker Carlson. And I think it's a great credit to Tucker Carlson that someone that he hates, who he believes is equal to the devil, is still reporting the truth about what happened on January 6th. What they're doing in these attacks are giving him credibility in his reporting, not taking him down. So yesterday, I'm going to play this clip for you. This is a beaut. Yesterday, MSNBC, they have two Republicans over there, Nicole Wallace and Michael Steele, who used to head up the RNC, and Nicole Wallace worked for John McCain. And she worked on the McCain-Palin campaign. Nicole Wallace was probably, all those nasty leaks about Sarah Palin probably came from Nicole Wallace during that campaign. So Nicole Wallace is talking to Michael Steele about Tucker Carlson's reporting. Listen to this.
Trump, what Tucker really thinks about Donald Trump. Quote, after January 6th, trying to thread the needle between the truth and pressure from his viewers and sponsors became even more difficult. Late on January 6th, Tucker Carlson texted with Pfeiffer that Trump is, quote, a demonic force, a destroyer.
So let's begin with the last point. Demonic force. That means Tucker must be possessed.
Okay. So Tucker is possessed by a demon of the demonic Trump, and they had like a 10-minute discussion about this. That's just a clip of it. Notice they don't criticize his reporting. They don't go through the video and break it down and say, this is a misrepresentation. Tucker said this, he showed this, but this is what really happened. And I think the fact that he calls Trump demonic gives credibility to his reporting, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think, Steve? That's all they got. That's right. That's right. All right, let's take some calls and see what our listeners think. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Tom, Florida.
Hey, Tom.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Tom.
So, you don't think those videos, I mean, weren't they, I mean, from what I saw basically, I mean, the media says the same thing, cherry picked.
Yes.
There was, you know, yes, cherry picked.
Cherry picked.
Your opinion on that?
Well, okay. Well, let's talk about it. One of the videos that he, well, they can't show 40,000 hours on Fox News unedited and say, watch all this. I mean, how How many days is 40,000 hours? Can someone do the math while I'm talking to this joker? Listen, I know. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the show. One of the pieces of footage that Tucker Carlson showed was the Viking guy, the shaman, whatever, shaman. Okay. Not only was he being escorted by Capitol Police officers, the Capitol Police officers were looking for unlocked doors so that he could walk into the Senate chamber. They finally found one. They opened the door. He walked in, and guess what? There was a photographer there who asked him to pose and growl into the air so he could take a picture. Why were they trying to find an unlocked door, the Capitol cops, to let him in to the Senate chamber? Why did they do that?
I mean, when I saw the thing, he didn't. It looked like he was walking around. I guess I don't know.
You don't have an answer. You don't have an answer to it. That's right. Yeah.
Brian, when they went to the door, they tried to open it. It didn't look like they were escorting or forcing him. Okay. At the same time, we have to admit that regardless of the 40,000 hours of tapes, there are a couple hours of those tapes that show individuals being harmed. I guess somebody got murdered. I will even say,
yeah, Ashley. Look. Tom is so slow. Tom, we're up against the break. No, we're up against the break. We're already late for the break. Tom is so destroyed. He's trying to bond with us by remembering Ashley Babbitt. That's how destroyed he was in that call. The Capitol Police tried 3 doors until they found one that was unlocked to get into the Senate chamber. They opened it for him, and he walked in. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve.
Tom is a very clever liberal caller. He knows our break schedule, and he makes sure that he gets on right before a break, so he's not on very long, and I have to end the call. You know what I mean? He always calls right up against a break. I've never taken his call out of a break. It's always into a break. He's very smart, chronic troll caller. I know these guys. I even took that break 90 seconds late. No, I don't screen calls, Michael. I'm not going to screen calls. No, I'm not going to change our policy because of some jerk. I can handle it. I'm not going to screen the calls.
Support is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to your business needs. Get what you need for today.
Did you guys see my? If you watch my vlog from President's Day when I went to Mar-a-Lago, I went by Epstein's house in Epstein Street. Did you guys see that? It was so creepy. I was standing on. Let me tell you, serious. And on that vlog, and I'm on Epstein Street in front of Epstein's house, and I just felt evil. I mean, it felt like the Amityville Horror. I mean, it was so creepy to be there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, go watch the video. It was really, I just felt, ugh. I've never experienced that in on a street or out, and it was a nice day. It was beautiful outside. It's at the beach, and it was just evil. Yeah.
sneeze there. First one is what? Oh, I'm coming down with something. Did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca? Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Railroad by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalwood Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsborough. Call at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009.
Well, thank you for liking the video. That's appreciated, guys.
Steve Kane Show.
One commercial after this, and we're back. I took that break late for Tom, which is going to mess us up in the last half hour. Last commercial.
Make sure you get your fair share of the Inflation Reduction Act. Rebates up to $14,000 per year. Funds available on a first-come, first-served basis. Rebate programs for lower moderate income families up to $150,000 of income. $14,000 per year. This is huge.
Yeah, I'm going to Georgia next Friday when I get off the air. I'm leaving the radio studio and going to Georgia.
AC units up to $10,000 available. Electric panel upgrades up to $6,600. And after we reduce your home consumption by 35% or more, you get additional rebate money of $4,000 to $8,000 if you.
Federal trials aren't televised. That had to be a federal. Was that a federal? Had to be a federal trial. Federal trials aren't televised, unfortunately. They should be.
Now back to the Steve Kane Show.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here, and we got really lucky during that break, Steve. I left your mic on during the break, and luckily I didn't hear anything that shouldn't have been out on the air. So it happens. It happens. All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. Our phones are on fire, so let's take some calls. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, you hung up on me, so I figured I'd.
Tom.
I'm telling you, Brian, listen, all I was saying was Ashley Babbitt, not to bond with you, but I'm saying an individual who lost her life, it's horrible. And all I'm saying is for Tucker Carlson, who is a joker, okay, to try and justify that day and give talking points to jokers like you, it is horrible.
Okay. Okay, now slow down. Let's talk. Let's talk. I'm not coming back. You got to stop talking to listen. First off, Tucker Carlson didn't justify that day. What he is doing is putting in proper context what happened that day. So I want to go back. He hasn't even reported on Ashley Babbitt. Excuse me? Oh yeah, let's put 40,000 hours on Fox News and then we'll decide. The video he had, excuse me, I'm responding to you. You said come back like you're on a CB. Come back, good buddy. I'm coming back, even though I'm not your good buddy. The video that he has not even reported on Ashley Babbitt yet, but the first night he showed the Capitol police officers looking for an unlocked door into the Senate chamber with the Viking. They finally found one and let him in. Why did the cops not arrest him? Why did they look for an unlocked door to walk him through to the Senate chamber? Why did they do that?
Who cares?
What
about what happened?
Who cares?
If you don't have an answer to that, just say I don't have an answer, or whatever answer I have is going to make me look bad. So I'm not going to.
No, I understand that, Steve, but I have to say, I wasn't there. I cannot say why they did that as a tactic to either not, take him down or to,
Does that mean that it's not a fair
situation
question?
down or whatnot.
Does that mean
No,
it's
it's a
not
fair question.
What about a fair answer? Can we get a fair answer?
is that there's 100 of them.
Well, give us one.
You're deceived.
No. Excuse me.
Okay, that they didn't want to put their. I thought that they didn't. Okay, you want an answer? How about maybe they didn't want to put their hands on the guy to escalate the situation?
Escalate. They were giving it to. By the way, Steve, I'm going to talk to Steve, not you, for a second. Steve, this caller is projecting. He knows nothing about what happened, and he's projecting that we don't know what happened. We do. Well, listen. I wasn't on the moon with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, but I know they landed there. Okay, you don't have to necessarily be somewhere to know what happened when there's video of it.
Well, also too. I mean, are you ready for this? How about this? When they're all
here he tries again.
All those dividers are all standing up, and then you see another picture where all the dividers are on the ground, but everybody.
Now, excuse me. We're talking. What we're talking about is Tucker Carlson's reporting. You're talking about other things that he's not reported on that are random because you're flailing and desperate.
What I'm saying is this. What about the picture?
Let me tell. I'm going to tell. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Okay, listen. Slow down. I cannot walk you down a garden path because you don't have the IQ for it. So I'm just going to. I'm going to get out the crayons, okay, and explain this to you. And these aren't just the regular crayons. These are the big fat crayons that you give preschoolers that I'm going to get out right now. Okay. Okay. Now, what Tucker Carlson showed with the Viking was this. Okay, that that whole thing with him was set up. The Capitol police officers walked him around, and the Capitol police officers checked doors into the chamber until they found one that was open, and they walked him into the Senate chamber. After he went in, this was all Tucker Carlson. The famous photograph of him barking, howling to the moon was taken inside the Senate chamber by a photographer, one of the big national media photographers. That's like a pool photographer, like an AP photographer type guy, who asked him to pose that way for the photograph that is now famous, him howling at the moon with the paint on his face. So what Tucker Carlson showed is the entire thing with the Viking was staged for the photograph inside the chamber.
We got it.
You think it's just a coincidence that after they walked him around, that he just happened to be in front of a national professional photographer who asked him to pose and howl at the moon and take the picture? You think that's all a coincidence?
Can I ask you a question?
How about answering mine first?
After all the security guards were walking that gentleman around, or the shaman, whatever.
They were Capitol Police.
Where did all the Capitol Police go? Oh, that's right. They went to go deal with the 1,000 other people that were trying.
No, in fact, the shaman. And excuse me, adults are talking. Let me get the fat crayons out again. The fat pencils. We got everything out. Yeah. No, what? All right. Thank you for the call. We got a full board here, so I'm going to go through some of these calls. There's one part of the video where the shaman, when he's being escorted by the two cops to find an unlocked door, walks through a hallway where there's 10 or 12 Capitol Police that are just hanging out, and they didn't even give him a second look. Okay? All right, let's go. We got a full board here. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
JFK Hospital.
Hey, Al the John, what's up?
I just had surgery on my neck. I got some oxycodone, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. But,
oh my gosh!
Like,
so what are you telling us? You're feeling stoned? Is that what you're telling us?
Well, I got not stoned, but I.
Oh please!
You sound stoned to me. And for an Irish member of OxyContin, it leaves you pretty out there.
Well, he's out there anyway. Maybe it'll make him wiser.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Well, first of all, 4 police officers were fired because of that incident. Okay, so they were pro-Trump police trying to keep the peace, and they walked the guy through.
Pro-Trump police. First off, it's okay to be a police officer and be pro someone. It's just you keep your opinions, like the nurse that's in this hospital helping you, right? She can be pro-Biden, pro-Trump as long as it doesn't affect how she treats you as a patient. It doesn't matter. And so far as them being fired or not, I don't know that that's true. I don't take your word for much of anything, but it still doesn't explain why they did what they did. It still doesn't explain why they did what they did. Google it.
You should do that, Al, while you're here.
I thought you guys would want to talk about the 5 women suing in Texas about potential.
You know, you're in the hospital supposedly for a neck injury. I'm not gonna. You think I care enough to call you back? Here you are in a hospital, and do they have any? Are they treating you? Are they treating you for the Trump derangement syndrome?
No, obviously.
Well, they should. Is there a treatment plan at JFK Hospital for Trump derangement syndrome? Is there an IV they can give you? Maybe you're low on oxygen. It's affecting your brain. All right, take care, Al. Oh, my goodness. I want to, if you're on hold, stand by. I want to tell everyone about my chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton, who is just amazing. You know, his laser away pain treatment works. After just 2 treatments, he rid me of years of suffering from knee pain from my skateboard accident. After just 1 treatment, he rid me of my arthritis pain. And you know what? The pain has never returned. The knee that he treated was almost a year ago, and I'm still pain-free. It's amazing. You don't have to live with pain. You know, I thought pain and arthritis was just part of getting older, that you have to just learn to live with it. But you don't. Call Dr. Philip Appleton. His laser away pain treatment is completely painless. There's no downtime, no surgery, no drugs. Like you heard Al, you want to be taking that stuff? No, you don't. And there's no injections either. And his laser away pain treatment works on all kinds of pain. Acute pain, chronic pain, herniated disc, rotary tears, fibromyalgia, sciatica, tinnitus, neck pain, back injuries, knee injuries like mine, strains and sprains, bursitis. If you're in pain, he can help. Dr. Philip Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and he wants to rid you of pain, and he can do it like he did with me with his laser away pain treatment. He's open Monday through Saturday. Appointments are not necessary, and walk-ins are welcome. Give him a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710. And online, AppletonChiro.com. Make sure you tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio. All right, we're going to take our last break of the day. Callers on hold, stand by. Very busy phones. We'll be back right after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on the Steve.
All right, and of course, it's gold report time. This time, every morning, we check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated with the Precious Metals Report. William Youngerman, how the metals look today?
Metals look stable again above that $1,800 number, but certainly having tested the lows that we saw a couple of weeks ago after yesterday's big drop of $33.20 on gold, closing out the day at $1,813.30. That on the heels of Jay Powell's Fed director, higher and faster rate hikes he's talking about now, and the Dow Jones on that dropped 575 points. We'll see where all that talk lands us, but as for now, gold under pressure with the markets, understandably with that kind of talk, but we'll see what actually plays out here. I think gold is getting to be a very good buy again, as well as silver, so be ready to take advantage of these dips that we're seeing. Silver down 99 cents yesterday at $20.05. Platinum down $45 at $9.31, and palladium down $45 at $1,300. This morning, gold a little bit higher, up $1.70 right now at $1,815. As I said, we tested that low on the market that we saw about a week or so ago, and that held very well so far. Silver up 5 cents right now at $20.10. Platinum up $9 at $940. And palladium up $20 at $1,320. So certainly an opportunity to add to our position.
Absolutely. And people that stop in or call who want to pick up gold and silver, what are some of the specific products you have in gold and silver that you would say are the best buys today, where you get the most gold and the most silver for your money?
Practically everything is in line with what we would call a best buy. almost a matter of you can take your choice of your favorite products and get good value with the low premiums again. So that's a great opportunity. We have all of the Australian products. We have the British. We have, of course, all of the American products, the Eagles, the Buffaloes, the silver bars we have in stock, and lots of good values on all of those products once again.
Well, that's awesome. So everything's priced to sell because of the lower premiums that are available right now. And, you know, people are going to be buying things up. And while those premiums are low and the prices are right, you're getting more gold and silver for your money than you've gotten in a long time, probably. Right, William Youngerman? Yeah, that's right. So give William Youngerman a call. He opens up at 10 a.m., 1-800-327-5010, 1-800-327-5010, online, williamyoungerman.com, or stop right in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road, right there in the heart of Boca. All right, William Youngerman, we'll touch base tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, back after this.
For breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
Oh, man. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we are back. I'm Brian, Steve Kane here, and there's only one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing okay. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Mark from Jupiter.
Hey, Jupiter. What's up?
Hey, I want to say that your show just certainly brings to light the difference between ignorance and stupid. I'll tell you what, ignorance you just don't know. Stupid you can't learn. And these people, that last caller of yours, his ignorance is staged a coup d'etat on his brain cells. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, in his defense, he was high on oxycodone.
Yeah, and the guy before him, what was his excuse?
Well, that Trump derangement syndrome suffering, stage 4.
I get it.
All right, take care, man. Jupiter, Florida. And that voice sounds familiar. And I'm not gonna. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. I'm not gonna. Well, okay. You guys can. I'm not gonna get. There's some very well-known MAGA people that live in Jupiter. I'll just leave it at that. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning. It's Joe from Palm City.
Hey, Joe. What's up?
I just wanted to make a comment that I wouldn't be surprised if what they try to do to Fox News on DirecTV and AT&T, like they did to Newsmax and OAN, removed them.
They already removed them. They removed Newsmax weeks ago from DirecTV and AT&T cable.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if they have to do also them off the cable network.
Well, Tucker is taking a lot of risks here. He's got sitting United States senators after him. He's got every member of the media after him outside of Fox News. He has taken a risk like no journalist ever has done in my lifetime.
No, I understand that, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a push behind the scenes to get them off like they did to.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, take care. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Sandra from Delray.
Hey, Sandra.
Hi. I don't think this was mentioned yet, but Nancy Pelosi's daughter was there with a full crew to video what was going to happen.
That's correct. Well, this is an interesting thing you mentioned. We were talking about this yesterday. Nancy Pelosi's daughter actually had with her an entire documentary movie crew with feature film-like equipment, which is very expensive. She either knew something or she just got lucky to have this film crew there.
I don't think she just got lucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably knew something. She knew there was something that would be worthy of filming and spending. I don't know how much it would cost to have a whole motion picture crew there on site, but it's got to be expensive. If you're on hold, stand by. Just real quick, I want to tell everybody about the MyPillow March Madness sale that's going on right now at mypillow.com with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You can save up to 80% off of top MyPillow products. But I got to tell you, there's one that's going to disappear soon on this special. That is the buy one, get one free offer on the MyPillow 2.0, Mike Lindell's latest invention. It's the MyPillow with cooling technology. Your head, your face will never get warm or hot again when you're sleeping. You will never flip your pillow over to get the cool side again. Tonight will be my 3rd week sleeping on the new MyPillow 2.0. It will change your life. You'll sleep better and deeper than you ever have in your life. When you flip your pillow over for that cool side, even if you don't remember, you've woken up. You've interrupted your peaceful night's sleep. Go to mypillow.com, support Mike Lindell and, of course, our great radio stations here, and order your MyPillow 2.0. Buy one, get one free at checkout with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane at mypillow.com. You can also order by phone, toll free, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, Kane. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Barbara in Baltimore.
Hey, Barbara.
Yeah, how are you? Great show today. I'd just like to quickly say to all the moon bats, no one, we had a couple of callers back talking about folks breaking in. No one is talking or seems to forget or want to forget. There were 3 busloads of Antifa who came there to start problems, and that bring that part out. This is going to keep going, and yes, Tucker is taking a big chance, but this is going to be something that he.
Oh yes.
Would.
They're going to. Tucker Carlson's reporting this week. They're going to name journalism schools after him. They're going to name an award after him one day. That what he's. I know Woodward and Bernstein. They made the movie, and they were looking over their shoulder in the parking garage. They were liberals in a liberal town reporting on a Republican that everyone hated, okay? There were no risks. Tucker Carlson has the media after him, and he has the government after him for this story. I've never seen a journalist take this kind of pressure before, except maybe James O'Keefe, and look what just happened to him.
Well, James O'Keefe, I wouldn't compare him to Tucker. I think Tucker is right now pivotal for Fox News, and Fox is not going to get rid of him. They may try to limit some of what he puts out there, but the horse has left the barn. Out there, people are going to see it, and not only that, I'm sure Kevin McCarthy has got copies of all the videos that he gave to Tucker. So I don't think there's any way that we could ever think that we won't see all of it.
Oh yeah.
I've not seen people changing into MAGA clubs. We haven't seen them putting on the Trump gear. We haven't seen those people.
Well, and remember the shooting of Ashley Babbitt was filmed by John Sullivan for Black Lives Matter, who was wearing MAGA gear from head to toe.
Absolutely. How is he not arrested?
He was, and he made a deal. He's not where the Viking is. They did go out. Listen, we got to run because we're running short on time, but thanks for the call. Well, welcome to the show. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning. It's Brian. It's Greg, Brian.
He said it's Brian. Are you okay, Greg? You said you're Brian.
I misspoke. I apologize. But listen, I made a mistake. I know you don't make any mistakes.
I think you're.
One has with the Tucker Carlson is brilliant. He's a genius, well-spoken, articulate. But tell me what has been revealed about January 6th that is earth-shattering, groundbreaking.
Okay. Now that you've asked, I answered it earlier with that one idiot, but I'll repeat it. The footage of them walking the Viking around to find an unlocked door, the Capitol Police, and letting him in, where a photographer was waiting and asked him to pose for the Howl at the Moon photograph, that is new and is amazing. Last night, he had a Capitol Police lieutenant on, not the one that killed Ashley Babbitt, another one, who was the first one to confront the people that came in the Capitol. His repeated radio calls for backup were ignored. That was new, and that was last night. Since you asked, those are two things. A third thing that was revealed is the police officer who they claimed, even Biden claimed, was murdered. by the insurrectionist. Tucker had footage of him doing crowd control in the Capitol after Biden and the committee said he had been murdered, and he was walking around. So those are three things that are new, earth-shattering that he brought out, since you asked.
Sharon, so what, okay, and how does that change the fact that these people entered the Capitol violently? So,
Okay, well, because of the fourth thing, Tucker said that there were some faces that were obscuring because he believes they might be federal agents. And what he was implying by that were the people that were breaking the windows, went through the windows and opened up the front door to the Capitol, because he was showing that footage right after he said he was blocking out faces. So that's,
were they putting a gun to his head? Or going to
he was led into the Senate chamber by Capitol police officers, to the photographer.
What?
I don't think so. Not if you're being escorted around by the police. No, you're not trespassing. By the way, Greg, we're low on time. Thanks for the call. He asked a lot of questions. I answered everyone, and then he ignored the answer and went on to the next one. But he thinks his name's Brian today. He's rather confused. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Pete, West Palm Beach.
Hey.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, so I just had a quick theory. What if Biden's putting on an act of playing senile, but he's really not? What do you guys think of that?
Well, it's possible. Remember that mafia boss in New York that was facing federal indictment, and he walked around in his pajamas through New York to avoid it. It's possible. That makes him even more. That makes him even worse, because that means he's doing all these things in full mind and body, as opposed to being checked out.
He does. But I mean, he's doing all this stuff intentionally. I mean, he's flip-flop.
I know he's not faking it.
Want to intentionally look stupid.
Avoid prosecution.
And to fool the public.
Yeah. It gives him plausible deniability.
Right. All right. I love you guys.
Well, we love you too. And all of our listeners, except Greg too, and Al the John. We love the rest of you. Oh my goodness. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Taking your calls. And if you stay on hold, you'll be at the front of the line for tomorrow's show. I'm serious. You think people have done that? I don't know. I come in, I leave, and there's callers on hold. I come in the morning, there's callers on hold. So I don't know if it's the same callers. I don't know, but you're welcome to hang there. We'll be back tomorrow. You're listening to the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane, of course, is here. This is where MAGA comes to talk. This is the political show of record in the state of Florida, and also the hometown station of the greatest president ever, Donald Trump. At Mar-a-Lago, you can pick up our radio stations, and they do. And of course, this is the longest running radio show in the state of Florida, the Steve Kane Show on the radio since 1977, celebrating 46 years on the radio. Now, you can listen to us on your devices. Alexa, play True Oldies FLA. Hey, Google, play True Oldies FLA. You can listen to us live in the morning on those devices and listen to our radio stations all day long that way, too. All right. I'm Brian. Steve is here. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. And Tucker Carlson, don't miss Tucker tonight. This is going to be night 3 of his just amazing January 6th reporting. And we have no idea. There's been no teases on what we're going to see tonight. But if it's like the first 2 nights, it's going to be amazing and huge. And we'll be talking about it tomorrow. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump.
WNN AM Pompano Beach.
All right, guys, I got to clear the way. But thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video before you go. All right, and everyone, subscribe if you're new.